team to go by. Hearts of Aok used the first half of the Kamsar game to study their opponents, because clearly what I saw from the game was that Kamsar appeared a side that Hearts of Aok did not know. Hearts did not know much about the Kamsar team. So when they met, they had to use the first half to assess their opponents. And I think Kamsar played very well in the first half. Put in some decent connectivity, crosses and other stuff. They really worried Hearts in the first half until those magical changes by the technical team, bringing on Salim, bringing on Kofi Koji, bringing on Kasubontin, and all of a sudden everything changed and gave Hearts of Aok that 2-0 win. And I think that going into this particular game, the second half of the Kamsar encounter will offer the Hearts technical team a huge platform to know who to start in today's game and who to put on the bench.
Well, we still got to see highlights of what transpired in the game between the Phobians and CI Kamsar of Guinea in that one-over game. The Phobians getting a 2-0 result to qualify to the stage of the competition. Let me take your thoughts on this one as well. I mean, the last time we've seen Accra Hearts of Aok in a competitive match in the last almost 3 months now, it was this one. We haven't seen the Phobians in any other competitive game. On the back of what we did see in this game, does it give you any idea how the Phobians are probably going to be approaching the game against the Americans?
A lot of ideas, like Sheikh said. I want to pick it up from there. I mean, you watch the Phobians over the period. I mean, the hunger, the energy, the zeal that they play with shows that individually they really want to achieve something for themselves. And then when you play for a club like Accra Hearts of Aok and Kotoko, I must admit, these are the biggest clubs in Ghana. You must also be ready as a player. The personal achievements will also couple with the team's achievements. They've met records. They need to set their own. They are aware of, as a matter, they are aware of the year 2000, what happened in 2004, what happened, and so they really want to set theirs. And it's just luck that is on their side, knowing that this group of players can never be compared to the yesteryear's players that Hearts of Aok can boast of. But again, this is their generation, and they are doing what is right. Like I said, for a team to have won 2 cups and also one spiritual, another one, which was never played, making 3 cups in season, you cannot really stop them until they stop themselves. And one good thing into this game for the Phobians is that you need to know yourself before you can talk to who you are. For the Phobians to get to know themselves, they need to keep meeting up these particular encounters. The last time I watched them against Kamsar, I said a lot. My one point I can remember and recollect very well is that they needed to be pushed to get the best out of them. When they were playing the game in the first half, I barely saw what Hearts could do in the game, and you rightly said it in the intro. But in the second half, you saw that the hunger was there. And sometimes the universe, the earth will smile to you if you show that energy, that zeal, that you really want to do it. Sometimes everything will come to your favor. Luck only comes to the prepared minds. So I believe that in as much as Sheikh said, in terms of record and everything, for former champions of the CAF Champions League, obviously you cannot compare the Phobians to WAC in terms of the last 10 years, a decade. But again, the most important thing is competition sometimes starts from the mind. If you are ready in your mind, it can show physically. And again, Chick also touched on being not playing competitive. The negative part is that they have not been fully fit, like in terms of being tried and tested, being shaken off the but the positive aspect of it is that they are full squad, like I said. Nobody is injured, with the exception of one is available. Yes. The beautiful thing is that they must not see this team WAC of Milk above themselves. They are winners, and this is a trophy, a competition for winners. And this is the hurdle. See, every investment, I know you get deeper, but every investment done into every club, when you are about to enter into the money zone, there's a mindset that, okay, this is the time for me to reap a little of what I've invested. And for Tobe, for the entire board, for the players, for the coach, who is also a novice, and I mean, a new coach in terms of the terrain he's found himself, he wants to achieve. You barely, and let me say this clearly, you only write this team off at your own peril. Team who wants to achieve everything.
Yeah, we'll see whether the Phobian players who've been selected for the game this afternoon will be players who would want to achieve everything, as we still get to enjoy highlights of that game against CI Kamsar of Guinea. The game ending 2-0 for the Phobians. 2 late goals ultimately determining the outcome of this one. And all of us will recall after 77, it was still 0-0 until the introduction of Kofi Koji Koji, who came in with that massive goal from the set piece before Salim, the young man who's coming from New DBSC, hit a good one that gave the Phobians the result on the day. It appears that on the back of this goal, maybe, just maybe, and on the back of what he's been doing in training in the last couple of weeks since his arrival from Qatar, he's made his way back into the starting 11. We're going to be going to discuss that as we continue with the build-up to this game. Sammy Bredu there, he has a way of celebrating the goals that the Phobians do score. Guys, they say that, I mean, in every team, football is a team sport. It's not an individual sport, and it appears that there's a focus on certain players for whatever reason because of what they bring to the team. You're looking at this Hearts of Aok team, you've got to say that, I mean, almost everyone appeared to have come to the party in the last 6-7 months. But if you recall what we did see in this game, Kovikogi and Salim came in to make a hell of a difference. So let me come to you. For a lot of people who've been following Hearts plus or minus the last 4 months, players like Salifu Ibrahim, Efiye Banye, and Kovikogi, if you like, on the back of this wonderful goal, come to mind. Can Hearts, again, rely on these players and more?
Certainly they can. Kwame, there is no team in Ghana currently that is gifted with the quality Hearts of Aok have.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, that's why they are champions.
And yes, and in terms of consistency, they are the most consistent side in terms of their squad for the last 4 years in the Ghana Premier League. You compare them to any other team and you realize that there have been massive, changes in a lot of teams. You look at Asante Kotoko, you look at the Biana Stars, you look at Midiama SC. Almost all the clubs have had, changes in their squads. But you check the Hearts of Aok lineup and you see that Atta has been in the club for almost 3 years now. Fatah Mohammed, the captain of the Sara, has been in the club for close to 6 years. Fatah Mohammed.
Yeah.
Yes. And Radio Vuka has been in the club for 4 years.
That's his 4th year.
You understand? So when you look at all the players playing for Hearts of Aok right now, I think the only player or the only players who joined recently are Salim and Inoka Subontin and then Ajani Boateng. Apart from these, Kovikoji was part of the team for the last 3 years. He left, he went and came back. He's still part of the team. It is only Joseph Esso and Afutu that have left the club. So in terms of squad consistency, Hearts of Aok is top in the local league. I wasn't surprised they won the league. I recall saying somewhere that if they had started the league with Wedu, they could have won the league with 10 matches to end the season. No, if you look at the quality they have, the only inconsistency about Hearts of Aok was their technical direction. Even the league that they won, they had 4 different coaches. So if they had been consistent with the coach who won the league with them, who knows his stuff and knows where to move the team, I think with the quality that they have, they would have been.
They do not appear to focus on a particular player to make a difference anytime they have a game. So depending on how the game goes, anyone could just come out of nowhere and make the difference.
Imagine an Efiye Banye who played his first game for Hearts of Aok against Asante Kotoko. His first game under Odum against Hearts of Aok, against Kotoko, and he was the best player of that particular game. This player is still with the team. He played alongside Eso and then Kofi Koji in the top 3. Now Eso is no more in the team. Kofi is back. He leads the attack. Banye plays behind him, and it's just solid for them. Look at the Hearts of Aok setup in the middle. When Bodu came and was starting, his team, he was struggling in how to get the midfield chemistry. But after he settled on Efutu and Emmanuel Neti, things were just moving on smoothly for the club because he came to realize that put Nete and Afutu in that defense.
We'll come back to the various departments of the Phobian setup as we continue the discussion. But for a lot of fans that have engaged with respect to the Phobian club, they say that if there is a player who has been, whose rise has been very meteoric over the last plus or minus 18 months, it's very, very difficult to look beyond the player like Efiye Banye. He came in, he appeared to be, for want of a better expression, and with the greatest respect to him, a player who put in a lot of effort and energy, and the end result was, somewhat lacking. But in the last 1 year, he appears to be a completely different player. What has changed?
For me, I thought that the coaches that he played under did not know how to use him profitably. That is how I put it. Because Efiri is a very busy player. In fact, when you check the House of Folk,
and he's a bundle of energy.
When you check the House of Folk setup right now, he is the player with the highest work rate compared to all the other players. His work rate is top, and it is that work rate that led Ghana to win the WAFU 2020, and again pushed Ghana to win the under-20 AFCON in Mauritania.
What a shame we didn't go to the World Cup.
You understand? So the player has got a massive work rate. It depends on the coach he is working under to determine that and use him at the right place.
Like we saw in this game. Those were so in the course of the season when we played Kumasi Asante Kotoko and he scored the only goal of the game. He's been brilliant, and well, I'm sure we're going to see that, but this was the goal that was scored in that game. His positioning, hitting it first time, for me was absolutely fabulous. And from that time, even before that, I mean, he's been key to the success of the Phobians all thus well. But it's also very difficult to overlook a player like Salif Ibrahim. What an addition he's been to the squad. I mean, with the greatest respect to a lot of players in the Ghana Premier League, sometimes when you play for certain clubs, it's quite difficult to get a certain level of exposure. But when my club played against Team and 11 Wonders, I said, what a player this boy is. If he gets to, with the greatest respect to 11 Wonders, if he gets a bigger platform, who knows? He's moved to Accra Hearts of Aok, and he doesn't look like he's a player who has just joined.
Yes, it's one of the signs of a consistent team. When you join a team that has been very consistent, for instance, if any player joins the current Chelsea squad, fixing in wouldn't be a problem. And that is exactly what happened in the instance of Salif Ibrahim. He was a top player. He won, I think, 5 Man of the Match awards when playing for 11 Wonders. He came to House of Folk and he continued with that, winning 3 in addition. Won 2 consistently, won another, getting to the end, and became the player with the highest Man of the Match, records in the.
And on the lighter side, opening a mobile phone shop in the process.
so
what are you going to do with 8 phones?
Well, he has family members.
That's on the lighter side of the
certainly. So I think that the consistency he has had with his own performance and getting to the House of Folk team that has also been consistent in the last few years, I think we need to raise a thumb for the player. Again, his quality, just like a coach will say, if you know how to play, you know how to play, regardless of the environment you find yourself in. The quality of Salif Ibrahim has shown, even when he was playing for comparatively a lower side compared to House of Folk, that is 11 Wonders. And when he came to House of Folk, he continued with that. Now, this is a player who is a typical playmaker. When you say somebody is a playmaker, like the way Zidane used to play, like the way Ronaldinho used to play, he is not as skillful as Ronaldinho, but he is as intelligent as Zinedine Zidane. He will pick the ball, knows when his player should get to a position before he gives him the ball. Against Elmina Shah.
Another thing we're going to talk about, and how he flighted that ball over that Elmina Shah's defense.
Anytime I think about that pass, I see like, wow, what a player this boy is. When Efiri gave him the ball, he was able to delay for 3 seconds for Efiri to get
for the right moment,
to the right position before he lobbed the ball to Efiri to put the ball at the back of the net. And that is a mark of a good, playmaker. And it is not that game alone. In several games that he's played for House of Folk, that is the role that he has played. Anytime the ball gets to him, he is able to slow down the tempo. He is able to determine when he should put the ball where for his player. Accuracy is part of his qualities, and I think that he's a player that needs to be watched very well. In fact, in the House of Folk setup, he is one of the players who is able to turn things around for the club anytime things become a bit difficult for them.
So the players of Accra Hearts of Aok are looking forward to making the difference as far as this afternoon's game is concerned. We know that these guys are going to be very key to the setup. Kofi wasn't really discussed on the back of he leaving the club to Qatar. He came back, and when the chips were down, he came in and made a difference. Today, from what we're picking up from the match venue, he's going to be starting for the Phobians this afternoon. Lord, I mean, for the Phobians, they know that this is not a league. This is over 2 games. I mean, what they do in Accra will ultimately determine how where they would have to play in Casablanca to go to the next stage. The good thing about this game, though, for me, is that in Morocco, they are not going to play with any fun. That one I know. Here in Accra, we have 2,000 people who are going to be helping them get over the line. Do you think that that goal he scored against Kamsar may have taken his confidence to a certain level, forcing the manager to start him for this afternoon's game?
Well, first of all, Kokami, I mean, let me state this clearly. No amount of funds can lead to anything or can amount to anything if the tactics of the day goes wrong. And so, in as much as we have 2,000 fans and there are no fans in Morocco, it will only come to bear when the tactics is right, when the team is in good position. But I think when you have Kofi Koji coming back to the Hearts team, it only comes with a lot of plus without minus, because he's doing the team already. At this point in time, introducing, I said it when they were signing a lot of players, because introducing a new face at this point in time was very difficult, because there was no league, there was no other game competitively for them to get to gel with the team. But with Kofi Koji, he's been with the team for a couple of years before he left, and then he's back, so he's not a new face as exactly compared to any other player who joins the team, let me say like Awako. But again, you look at the setup, you need a target man, and in every serious game like this, sometimes when the goalkeeper gets the ball and there's a target man, it always gives that attack from the defense. Either you throw to your defense or you locate your target man, like Chelsea used to do with Lukaku and other players. But I believe that, I think this equation gives us a plus. The only thing I've never spoken about is a Futu who, due to a lot of issues, was not able to.
We discuss the squad in totality.
Was not able to do the performance. But I think that, like I said, player for player, I am still sure that the Phobians must count themselves in the numbers, because they are winners, they are achievers, with the exception of the coach and these players who have not been achievers on the continent. They are achievers in Ghana, and they are known everywhere because of the FA Cup and the league, like we all said. I believe this is the biggest test. I must not run away from that. This is the biggest test for the Phobians, not because WAC of Morocco is the best team in the world, but they have been in this competition recently over the years, so they keep going and coming in. So that should let you know that in terms of experience, all these players have no experience at that level, and they really want to play in CAF Champions League. And they very much aware that when they lose this game, when they lose the doubleheader, they're going to play in the Confederations Cup, something they wouldn't want to do if there is a chance to play in the CAF Champions League. So they would want to win this game, but the game actually will be played only here, because the return game might not have that power, that energy as they will have here. Yes, the fans will be there, but I'm hoping that Samabodu, who wants to achieve on the continent as well, will get the statistics right. So Kokwame and Sheikh, sometimes in big games like this, all you got to do is to get the tactics right. And I watched the football play against Kotoko.
Well, they said that the tactics are going to be based on the players that are going to be lined up for the game. So I'm looking at the Hearts team, and that's why you guys are here. You're going to help me run through that. So you have a Hearts team that comprises Richard Atai. There's no conversation there, I guess. That's number one for me. So the defense has Fatai Mohammed, Radio Vuka, Robert Adesowa, and Mohammed Al Hassan. Again, a very stable back four in the last plus or minus 15 matches of the team that I have worked. So it's in the middle of the park where maybe Sheikh would have. He seems to be crazy about Futu. Futu is not available this afternoon. So Emmanuel Neti, Frederick Ansabochi, and then how Salifu Ibrahim fits the bill. You're okay with that?
So he's playing a three-man midfield, two in a holding role, and one in a triangular form. Salifu will be the link between the two holding midfielders and the attackers.
So yes, Daniel Efie, Bamia, Kofi Koji, and Isaac Mensah will be like leading the line.
So I think it's a very good lineup. He's playing a 4-3-3, but the three-man midfield will be playing two at the back and one in front. Salifu will be the link between two holding midfielders and the three attack. I think it's solid. Playing Salifu there, gladdens me, because it is where he plays better. Usually I've seen him play on the flanks, but if you have Isaac Mensah and you have a Free Banye playing from the flanks with Kofi Koji leading the attack, and then having Salifu playing right behind them, I think it's a solid lineup.
Yeah, what would you say to those who say, okay, Greg Kofi Koji is in the team, but he's probably not too mobile. He comes in as like maybe the big number 9 who is supposed to physically wear out maybe the defense of WAC, and then maybe a free Banier and then Mensah or Salifu Ibrahim may take advantage of that.
Well, I'm no coach. I cannot really sit here and say I am one, but I think with my line of duties and then association with coaches and interviews and stuff like that, it's very clear that now coaches are running away from playing their formation, their tactics, whatever they know, to adjusting to players they believe are good, but they have a different way of doing things. At this point in time, the modern day football, sometimes it's very difficult to have a striker, out and on striker like that. It's very, very difficult. Teams are still struggling because of that. Sometimes you get to see midfielder being used as a number 9, false 9. False 9. Which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. That's to let you know that strikers are really hard to come by these days. That is why I think whether Kofi Koji is mobile or not, he's got really sharp players, Mensah and then a free around him. And sometimes, I've said this over and over, that you don't need to only score goals as a striker, but you need to also create space, give chance for others to come and score. Kofi Koji moves and there will be a gap or vacuum, a free Banier on every given day. Like I said, you look at his mentality. When he's in the 18-yard box, he really wants to put the ball at the back of the net, and that would be very good. Isaac Mensah is also another player that would be also good. But you look at a player like Salifu, who is playing just behind him. He's also another player that could always hurt anything. So I am very pretty sure that without him being mobile, is still going to be very useful. And sometimes you don't really need to be super mobile before you can score. Because the days of strikers like Raul Gonzalez who would vanish and score goals without him being seen, is gone.
Well, I hope no fan official of Wydad was in the bush somewhere, spying on the Hearts team when they were going through their preparations for this game. So there's a Fabian set up preparing steadily for the game against Wydad. This looks like they're quite a spark as they start their preparations for that tie against Wydad Athletic Club of Morocco. Remember, as a team, they have been to the semi-final and final in the last 5 years, and have been to the quarter-final as well. Okay, that's the goalkeepers doing their own thing over there. Rashad seems huge when you see him in person, and when he's in post, he looks really huge. Very intimidating as well. Okay, so we spent a lot of time discussing Accra Hearts of Aok and their chances as far as this game is concerned. It's only fair that we have a look at the Moroccan team as well, and their history in the competition in the last 5 years will tell you a lot. They won the final. They won in 2017 and won the CAF Super Cup in 2018 as well. They've been to the semi-final on 2 other occasions as well, and have consistently been at the top in the Moroccan League. Last year, they were only edged out by Kaiser Chiefs, I recall, in the semi-final stage. So there's a lot to play for this Moroccan team as far as this year's competition is concerned. Sheikh, let me come back to you. You were talking about their strong start to the Botola League in Morocco. They've won 4 already. They've drawn 1, picking up 13 points in the process. Accra Hearts of Aok have only had to do with 1 competitive match within the last, if you like, 2.5, 3 months there. Does that give anyone any head start, especially the Moroccan side?
Well, it does. It's giving their coach, Rakiraki, that's his name, it's giving him an idea of the team that he has, how he can win his games. And the team that he inherited from Fauzi Benzati has not been a bad team. Fauzi won the Botola League with that side. Unfortunately, Ayman Al-Hassani, that's one of
Okay, so this Ayman Al-Hassani there, we're going to be having a look at 1 or 2 other players who we believe are going to be key to the fortunes of the Moroccan side today. Sheikh, right?
So, Rakiraki has been given, a fair idea of the team that he has based on the matches that they have played in the Botola League. And his away approach to games is what Hearts of Aok must be very, careful about. he plays his away games with what I describe as target football. He has target men on the field of play who they always direct the balls to. You know, they always sit back, and then when they have the ball, they locate these target men, one in the heart of defense, two on the flanks, and one in the heart of attack. These are the 4 target players that they play. So whenever they get the ball, these players do not drop deep. They open up wide, especially the wingers. And then they'll be locating the lead attacker. The center man will pick the ball and be looking for these two and the attacker. That is what they have been doing when they go away. When they score, they come back and sit back again and protect the goal that they have scored. And that is what they have been doing. Like I said earlier, Fawzi Benzati, we all know him. He's one of the top coaches in North Africa. He guided Tunisia to beat Ghana.
He's coached virtually all the big clubs in North Africa.
Exactly. He guided Tunisia to beat Ghana in the 2019 AFCON. After that, he resigned and took over the WAC job. And when they lost to Kaizer Chiefs in the Champions League last season, then he put the job down, and then Rakiraki took over the team. And Rakiraki too has been a very good manager. Very young, he's coached a lot of teams with a lot of experience, and if you look at how they adore him in Morocco, it clearly indicates that he's one of the coaches that they are preparing for the future. Right after putting his playing career down, he was given the opportunity to be the assistant coach for the Morocco national team. So that clearly tells you how they are preparing him for the future. And he is the one in charge of the team. He's had a fair idea of the team. He knows which players to use at which particular point in time. So it's going to be a very difficult game. They have scored 8 goals in the last 5 matches that they have played. They have conceded only 2. So a clear indication of the fact that they don't concede. They don't concede goals. And even the 2 that they have conceded, they conceded them in just 1 game, which was an away game that they played. So clearly, it's a solid side. It's a very strong side, defensively very solid, and it's a side that Hearts of Oak, will have to put in a lot of effort to be able to break them down and then get all the goals.
Well, let me get your thoughts on this Moroccan side. I mean, being able to keep, if you like, a core of the team over the last 3-4 years, the experience they've had in getting that far in the competition, it doesn't really matter whether they're playing at home or whether they're playing on the road. They seem to almost always find a way. Will they give Hearts a lot to think about this afternoon?
I think it's very clear that they would want to get a very good scholar here. And one thing I've really monitored with that team is that they are really a good traveler. They travel very well. They are good travelers, and it really helps them. They might not be a team to overlook like that because they're playing away. Hearts might be playing at home, but this is a very difficult test for them because this is a team that understands the football very well. And when you watch the technical team, look at the pedigree, their exploit over the period, this is a team that they've managed to groom till now. The same way that we can boast of players with their Accra team that have been there for 2-3 years. Check the team, and you get to know that these are players that know themselves very well, and the understanding is very clear. For example, you have a player, 26-year-old at the middle, who really is the key man for their team, and his ability to pass the ball to the striker is very beautiful, like the Salifu we used to know here for the Phobians. I strongly believe that they have a game plan not to overreact here, because they know there's a second leg, and when it happens like that, Hearts of Oak will be at the receiving end because they have the fans here, and they will be under pressure to win at all costs. But I believe that they would want to hold until there's a chance. But I also believe that somebody would know all these things we're discussing here, especially with the reason that they're going to be playing away all the way in Morocco. With or without fans at the Morocco stadium where they will play in Kwame and Sheikh, is going to be very difficult, and that is why the job must be halfway, if possible, to a way done here in Accra.
And I don't think that, guys, this is going to be lost on the Phobian setup, especially when we're playing the first leg here, and we know how difficult it is with or without the fans to play anywhere else on the continent. They know that the fixture this afternoon and the outcome would give them a clear idea whether they're going to be going beyond the stage in the CAF Champions League or whether they might probably just end up detouring into the CAF Confederations Cup. Sheikh.
Well, I think that at this particular point in time, House of Oak will have to put in all the effort that they can. You know,
play the game like a cup final, you think?
It is. That's how they have to play it, because anything can happen in the second leg. In North Africa, they have their own ways of winning matches over there. In fact, their pitch alone is sometimes enough to win them the game. You know, when I went there in February and I saw the pitches that they were playing on, it's like, wow. When you compare them to what we have here, we have to take advantage of what we have. On the pitch that they are going to play today, it will be an advantage for House of Oak because the players will struggle. The Moroccan players will struggle. How the ball moves, how it bounces and other things. So House must take advantage. So that going forward in the second leg, they will have to play it, you know, to be a mere formality. The Moroccans will want to do everything possible over there to win the game. So winning the game here, recording a massive scoreline and a respectable one as such, will offer us a huge opportunity when they go there to be able to play the game. Because if Haas gets, say, a 2-0 scoreline here, going into the second leg, House of Oak will not be relaxed, but at least they can protect the 2 goals that they scored here in Ghana, you know, by playing 90 minutes over there. But if, say, Haas do not score a goal here, and they go all over to the place and want to score goals there, that is where, you know, all the challenges will be coming from, because these South Africans will do everything possible to score and stop you from scoring. And I think House of Oak must do a lot, put in a lot of energy to make sure that they kill the game down here before even they go all over to Morocco for the second leg.
But I want to add this. You see, the second leg will be very, very difficult for the Phobians, not because I don't see them going through it. I mean, the Phobians I've known can overturn or can do good or justice to every situation they find themselves in. But like Sheikh rightly said, with all the facts, I believe that WAC is not a pushover. We saw the struggles of the Phobians against Kamsa at Accra Stadium, and I said it at Accra Stadium, that game, if it's had happened, if that return game had happened in game, it would have been very difficult for the Phobians, because you saw the energy level, you saw the understanding of the game for the Kamsa players, plus they having players we are familiar with. Really urged them to think that they can beat Accra Hearts of Aok. They had few chances in the first half. If they had buried them, the storyline would have been very different. But the good and the beautiful thing is that at the end of the day, it's really helped all the entire club, because they won by 2 goals to nothing. But for me, I believe that is the only money they can boast of. They last won 2 goals to nothing. But at home, they're playing at the same stadium. The mentality must be very high. And like I said earlier, if you want to be competitive and you don't start it from the mind, whatever physicalities you go through, you are still weak. So let's hope that they would understand whatever we're discussing here. But I still think that the Moroccans would have a very, very good plan this afternoon. They are coming to this game with the mentality that if we are not winning, we are not losing. That is where the football must utilize it and win at all.
Let's go to social media now and take some of your messages that are coming through as we prepare to cross over to the match venue. This one is coming from Abbas Sita, who says 3-1, and he says phobia. This one is coming from John Kojoso, who says Accra Hearts of Aok 3 without Athletic Club of Morocco 0. All the goals will come in the second half. And you go ahead to even predict the time: 65th, 78th, and 89th minute, with 5 minutes of time added on to be played. The one is coming from Ebenezer Osei, who says WAC is a big team and they don't deserve to drop to the Confederations Cup. So definitely they will beat this small team at least 4 goals to 0 and qualify. We'll see. This one is coming from Emmanuel Mathers, and who says meanwhile some clubbers you just have to find a way of getting Kotoko in. I think meanwhile some clubbers busily losing to 3rd division teams in Dubai. This Emmanuel Kwame Puku is asking, will the match be streamed live? Yes, it's going to be streamed live on my GTV Sports on Facebook. So make your way there and get to watch the game. Justin Namako says, must win for WAC. Really? Bavuvu Jose Kobi says 2-0 in favor of the home team. Collins Trailgates says Accra Hearts of Aok will win the CAF Champions League. We'll see what happens. Stephen Janida Osei Boache says, may God save Ghana and make our village team concede only 4 goals. And this is their aim. Alright. Andrew Pierce says Hearts will win. We are phobians. Manado says Hearts of Aok 3, Wydad 3. Okay, I don't know if it's the president, but you have your name here as Manado. Andy Henderson says 3 goals for Hearts of Aok. Kotoko supporters should go and sleep. Phobia. It's 2 p.m. already and there's no sign. What sign do you want to see?
Why are they trying to put Kotoko into?
The action arrivals. Nana Kwabna Jemai says, good luck, WAC. Against your back. Hearts to win by 4 goals to 0. Johnson Sion says Hearts win, even though an aquatical fun. They should, however, avoid corners and set pieces in dangerous areas. Frederick Mensah says Accra Hearts of Aok 1, WAC 2. Thank you. Prosper Teacher Me says 1 goal, anyone can win. First half penalty for Hearts of Aok. Okay. We see about Desmond says Accra Hearts of Aok 1. WAC. See, okay.
But why do you seem surprised?
It's interesting. Let me just add that you can also send your messages to us on the WhatsApp number on your screen, and I'll be so glad to read it here before we do crossover to the match.
We were calling 2002 WAC, you know.
Yeah, they did go here.
That's the idea.
I get it. For me, I think that this is a game that Kotoko fans should even support House of Aok to beat WAC for them.
You don't say that.
I have to say it.
You don't say that. You know what I'm saying.
Like a Ghana Morocco game.
You know that song that song is what we play.
Okay, you're just indirectly trying to say one is jealous, but we won't get into.
But I think at this point in time, it's a national call because everybody must have.
Well, from the message I'm seeing, it's not a national call.
It's just a
Gideon Ajokache says 4-0, and Daniel King Chumesi says 0-0. Okay, Emmanuel Closer says it's going to be 0-0. Ebenezer Bwedu says Hearts 2, WAC 0. Madison Nanakwesi Jason says 3-1 in favor of Accra Hearts of Aok. And then Albert Quarting going for Accra Hearts of Aok 0, WAC 4. Kofi Mali says Hearts of Aok 5, WAC 0. And Navigator Godfrey says Hearts of Aok 0, WAC 5. Really? Patrick Donko says Accra Hearts of Aok 3, Wydad 1, with Joshua Mark Dono says Hearts 3, WAC 0. The messages are coming in thick and fast. I'll be glad to take them before we do crossover to the match venue. Halawi Isaac says Accra Hearts of Aok 1, WAC 1, and Daniel Kibler says Accra Hearts of Aok 3, Wydad 1. Someone says away or draw. Okay, I don't know if you're an investor.
No, he's not talking to us.
That's what I'm saying. He's an investor. I don't. Starboy Labo says Accra Hearts of Aok 0, Wydad Athletic Club 2, and this one says from Nana Kojo Kennedy, Accra Hearts of Aok 0, WAC 2. We're going to be crossing over to the match venue pretty shortly, but let me come back to you guys before we do. Okay, it's not like we can read we are sorcerers or something, and we can. We are only predicting and hoping it's going to come to pass. If you're a Phobian fan, any kind of result for Hearts should do. Anything but a draw loss, I guess.
Certainly, you know, being defeated by WAC here is
it makes the second leg
and even a draw here makes it extremely difficult for House of Aok in the second leg. So for me, I think that a 2-0 score line or a 3-1 score line for House of Aok wouldn't be bad.
Look, you foresee something like that?
Well, when I was coming, a friend sent me a message, and he's not in Ghana. Austria. He said he's hoping that the sun is not scorching in Ghana. and I asked why. He said because it must rain. But the beauty of it is that it's football, and the footballers understand that not every time rainbow will show up before they win, and they must win and win convincingly. I believe that they've been given a very, very good praises over the period. this is the time they must really understand that it's just a game away. They must win and win convincingly. The guarantee of winning away, I'm not sure, but the guarantee of winning here must be guaranteed.
Well, we'll see whether they would guarantee that result. We'll do a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Hi, my name is Jumo Kwame Jumo.
And I am Abigail Senna. You can call us your World Cup Queen.
We will bring you everything a World Cup, from the qualifiers down to the tournament.
Every
We're getting to see some live pictures there from the dressing room of the Phobians. Okay, so you know who is going to be playing. I gave you the starting 11 of the team not too long ago, as we get to see those pictures there. The two teams are making their way out of the tunnel. As and when we do get commentary from the match venue, we're going to be crossing. Okay, looks like we've got commentary, so let's enjoy the first 45 minutes.
Well, there's always a scary moment and a phobia whenever you are visiting a Red Castle. Indeed, it is going to be a very interesting time there, because you only need courage, a brave heart, to really enter those tortuous excursions in the Red Castle. There is some sense of hope and pride as these two giants on the continent do meet here in the CAF Champions League stage, and they're hoping to qualify to the group stage of the competition. It appears a very interesting time there for the Phobians, who really have come in the numbers and ready to change the script there within their African campaign and performance. Coach Samuel Boadu has introduced a setup that's looking to sit really up high and get the results there for the Phobians. It is Emmanuel Nete, Ansam Botre, Salif Ibrahim, Free Bania, all of them playing a very interesting role in today's game. You expect to see Mohamed Al-Hassan sitting at the back there with Robert Adosoa. Not forgetting the back call up there, goalkeeper Richard Atta also up there to help the Phobians. It's only turned out to be something exciting there for Kofi Koji, whose powerful strike there for Accra Hearts of Aok did see the Phobians get some uninteresting results against EL Kamser. Certainly, wider club have come into Ghana looking at their setup there. It is a young goalkeeper, Ahmed Dagnoti, in there, and expect to see Ayub Ermoj at the right back, and then Ashraf Dowry, and of course Sheikh Kamara sitting at centre backs, and Yaya Atiat Allah at the left full back, at sitting at heart of midfield. Right in front of the back four is Yaya Jibrin, and then Anas Shihat, Ayam Osuni, Muad Ella will obviously be playing the far right there, but Simon Happy God Muzva will be up front there together with Zoe Muraji. They would want to go with the 4-3-3 formation there, but expect to see a little runs there by Muad Elafi and Zoe Muraji. So wider club really have come to Ghana. They have lost the 5 away games in the CAF Champions League, especially to see the performance. The last games they played, they beat Petro Atletico by a 1-0, and then also picking up a very exciting results there against Royal goalless it was, and Kaiser Chiefs. They lost to the South Africans by a 0-0, and also drew 1-1 with MC Ojer. They picked up a win and 2 draws and 1 defeat, and now they face the Accra Hearts of Aok with themselves a very strong side there. I tell you what, the Moroccans have lost all 5 visits to Ghana, and they started their journey back in 1987 when they lost 2-0 to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Back in the year 2000, the Buswell Dwarfs beat them by 2-0 in the African Union Cup. And so it appears that the Ghanaian club, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, really have faced Wydad club a couple of times, and the Ghanaian team have had absolute command over the Wydad team. Back in 2002, beat them by 2-1, and on 2004 also beat them by 2-0. And so the visit to the Red Cup Castle starts today here at the Accra Sports Stadium, and this is a huge game there for the Phobians in their resplendent rainbow colors, and they come into this game looking to get things going with the referee Oda Martins Rodriguez de Carvalho from Angola. All the officials are from Angola. Assistant referee 1, Jesse Emiliano de Santos, and it is Sanche Lopez as assistant referee 2. You expect to see the likes of the Phobians coming up to do their job here, and the ball sent team there. It is the Wydad team really attacking pretty hard there, and have to focus. We have to be extra careful there not to concede. I tell you what, I needed to save this one there for the Phobians. There's an early attack there from the Moroccans, and they try to catch Accra Hearts of Aok off guard. And they've started the attacking player pretty much in earnest there, and it is Richard Atta trying to organize his defense in dealing with this attack there from the Moroccans. Ball whipped in, is headed down against the goalpost. Ooh, an early chance there for the visitors, and looking to get a first goal, looking to whip this ball into the box, get another corner kick. 2 corner kicks in succession there for the Moroccans. It seemed to be a bit of a surprise there, and that pressure has been mounted on the Pep Guardiola of Ghana football, Samuel Boadu. Another corner kick into the box there, and this time off, and Hearts of Aok would have to find a way to chase this one, and it's been calmly dealt with. Kamara sends this one to the left hand side. Fatah Mohammed in there to support. Good win. Hearts of Aok on the attack here. And again it's been taken away. Beautifully done by the Moroccans. Oh, it's a good run on the ball there. But Jabrin did well to win it back. Now Hearts of Aok looking to have control of the game, but they win a free kick. An excellent run there for the Phobians, at least when they had the ball. It is Ansaboche, who was trying to find some bit of speed and agility in there. Pretty much of a poor ball there. I expect to see some bit of work there from the likes of Yahya Atilat Ala, or Sendeb as a left full back, and Sheikh Kamara also up there for the Moroccans. Mohamed Ratau was in control. Mohammed here for Hearts of Aok, always looking to pick up the run of likes of Barney and Kofi Koji, and Isaac Mensah leading the attack there for the Phobians. Achiatala with a long throw in. Saboche. Fatah Mohammed. Mohamed Al-Assad is Kofi Koji looking to attack his ball, but quickly it's been dealt with beautifully there by the back line of the Moroccans. Oh, the lovely ball there by Ayub Al-Mouj. Good play there from the Moroccans on the wide side. Looking to whip this ball in, but the flag already gone up or across the line. a little bit of concern there from Hearts of Aok Congolese defender Rodio Vuka, but he actually returned to training and featured Hearts of Aok 6-1 win against a lower tier side G5C at the Accra Sports Stadium. Really, it was a warm-up game. Kojo Pink Jr., who scored 10 goals last season, so looking to recover. Here comes the Moroccans. Lovely ball here, and looking to find opportunity to blast in, and good save there from Richard Atta. Ooh, what a chance there, and they come again, but this time feebly done. What a chance, and what a strike again. And that's the man sporting a 7 shirt, Zuri Amotraji. Fourth shot and goal, and it is the Moroccan team currently asking all the questions. Hearts of Aok really trying to block their effort to get the goal here. Richard Atta with a fine save. Here comes Rodio Vuka on the left hand side. Obviously looking to pick up some of the runs there, but it is Accra Hearts of Aok really at the moment struggling to find space. It's been a very much an interesting time there for the Moroccans, who have been able to keep up some bit of strikes in Hearts of Aok's area. The Phobians are yet to register a shot at goal. Good play there. Here comes the Hearts of Aok on the right hand side. Fatah Mohammed looking to cut in. It's always going to be the Phobians with Nete trying to find some bit of space. And they always want to go with the long balls, the Wydad team. I always expect to have Kofi Koji coming in, because he's just got some bit of pace and some bit of agility there to help the Phobians, and you can actually see he's yet to get any supply up front. I was thinking that what's a corner kick. So it's going to be a very difficult encounter there for the Phobians, who feel that they've got a good chance to find a way to move into this game. And yet again, Hearts of Aok clumsily giving the ball away, but able to register some bit of a comeback to win it. Good work there from Ifria Barnier. Salif Ibrahim having some bit of difficulties there. Clipping passes there from the Wydad team. Well, the flag already gone up there against man Matraji Zori. Oh, did he register some interesting strike there, and Hearts of Aok with Barnier to chase. Well, this is going to be a free kick to Accra Hearts of Aok in a very good position there, and a foul there by Sheikh Kamara, and that's it. The 28-year-old Ivorian Sheikh Kamara committing this free kick there. Picked up just for appearances there for a wider club, and now the Phobians to have the free kick with the fans opening the lip. They will be to come in to do something. Depends, it's going to be a left-footed kick there from Hearts of Aok right in front of me, commentary position. And yeah, the ball goes in to the far post, and it's been down again by the Moroccans, and now they try to catch Hearts of Aok on the break there, and here comes Happy God Musva, the Tanzanian. Good ball in here. Mutraji calming things, and ball trying to find Mutraji again. on the wide, and he lets to go around his man. It's a lovely play there from Hearts of Aok. It's Koji comes against Kamara. The Moroccans have played 5 games in the 2021-2022 Botola Pro League in Morocco, having scored 8 goals and conceding 2. They've kept 4 clean sheets out of 5 league games played so far. Still goalless against Hearts of Aok, and Ibrahim here, Mohamed Al-Hassan with the ball, and loudly gives the ball away, and here comes the Moroccans looking to catch Hearts of Aok on the break. Musva, Happy God was the target, quietly collected. A bit of lethargic at the back for the Accra Hearts of Aok, but they're hoping to change things, aren't they? Again, Fatal Mohammed gives the ball away. There's a chance there, but Hearts of Aok quickly had to clear the lines. Competitive game in the CAF Champions League really for Accra Hearts of Aok was the win against Kamsar Club with 2 goals late on in the game. Kofi Koji, who's leading the attack today, scored the opening with a sumptuous free kick. Meantime, the Phobians went on to get into the box, but the referee looks at it, eventually gives a free kick to the Moroccans. It's a foul against the Ivorian centre-back, Sheikh Kamara. It's Isaac Mensah who clattered him and was hoping the decision to go his way. Well, COVID-19 really preventing the Moroccans from having a full team against Accra Hearts of Aok. Head coach Walid Regregui testing positive, not able to sit on the bench together with some first team players. Defender Sheikh Kumara also could not start despite suffering a broken nose. And 2-time African champions touched down without 10 key players. Really could have added a lot to their performance today. And so they have a young goalkeeper, Taya Murid. He could not make it to Ghana as well due to some injury. And the talisman midfielder, Sufyan Karakach, also did not also make the list to play Accra Hearts of Aok, also picking up an injury on his right foot. And then Reda Jadi, he had a great start to the season, failed to be here after playing for the Moroccan national team on the FIFA World Cup qualifier. And centre-back Amin Abdufar, who won the club's Player of the Month award this season, also failed to make it to Ghana. So a depleted side, if you like, for the Moroccans, but they are holding their own against Accra Hearts of Aok here. I expect to see the Phobians with Radio Vuka looking to chase here, but again it's been carefully dealt with there by the wider team. And yet again they try to cut out of who have won possession back, and Nete together trying to clip things with Radio Vuka. Brian Salif will looking to nip this one. Koji, ball taken away. It's been the Phobians dominating possession now, and Mohamed Al-Hassan looking to rush in. Hearts of Aok having possession. Now looking to hit this one into the box. Always looking for a target. Mohamed Al-Hassan is the person here. Fatal Mohamed picks this one up. The right full back. Ansamoche. And here comes Hearts of Aok with Nete striking this one. Always looking for a dumb bit of space, and the coach will encourage them to do more. looking for some bit of moment there, and then it is Wydad Club quite looking to hit this one into the box, and it is Mohamed Al-Hassan again dealing with the situation. Flag gone down, and it's going to be an offside decision rather. Break there for Accra Hearts of Aok. Really, they have to qualify and make it to the group stages. That's the ultimate prize there for the Phobians in this game. As they come back here, Salif Ibrahim's ball looking for Kofi Koji. Well, it's a foul against Kofi Koji. Disappointed with the decision, but he felt that he was held. Well, that's the fight there. All the two players went down, went to ground. Was waiting to counter the referee's decision with Al-Mud. Tidy things up at the back, and again not able to hold on to possession. And that's where the Phobians feel that they need to do something. Sheikh Kamara with a header. Again, it's been returned into the half of Accra Hearts of Aok. Phobians would have to go back and defend the lines. So this is the game that the Hearts of Aok team really have been looking forward to seeing what will happen. Richard Atta again comes out bravely and makes a save. It's been good display there for the two sides. Expectation will be the Phobians are able to get the results they need. Prime Salif here on the ball. Find support from Fatah Mohammed. And there's Neto again, looking for some of the space. Gets the ball away, ball cleared. Musvar wins it. Ball returned to Happy God Musvar. And calmly and quietly, the Moroccans are trying to dictate the pace here and not putting themselves under any unnecessary pressure. And they find some balls in the box. And here comes Mutraji. Sends the ball to right hand side and looking to clip this one in. And how about Musvar with this one? But it's a corner kick decision, surprisingly. And is Barnier trying to have some bit of a pep talk with the coach. So that's the ball there. But Hearts of Aok do have some injury concerns. Well, it's been a day for Accra Hearts of Aok, looking once again as a team in Ghana to qualify, but it's going to be a substitution there. It is the left fullback Rodeo Voga, who himself recovered from an injury to start today's game. It did indicate to you that he just returned to training and had to play in a 6-1 friendly game against G4 FC, and his day just ending abruptly. It means he was not fully fit for the game. It was half fate. Well, the coach trusted his instincts and thought that he could actually cover things up for him at the left full back, but it is day over for Rodeo Vuka. So here comes a change there for Hearts of Aok. And Hearts of Aok introducing William Denchi, like-for-like replacement. Former Libet Professionals player. Well, whipped into Motraji on the left-hand side, trying to send one in. And here comes Mohamed Al-Assaf for Accra Hearts of Aok. Kofi Koji comes back to defensive line to clear his ball. And still not the best of performance there of Hearts of Aok's Nete. Denchi will have to deal with this one. His first test, he is able to pass it excellently. And now Ibrahim Salifu here. As a tussle for the ball there. It's more like a rapid play. It's not looking pretty much good there for the play here. And a huge chase for the ball. And he has to really find a way, Jabran. And so it is the man, the captain, for the Moroccan side. And Jabran here. Well, the captain for the side. And seems to be having some interesting display today, Jabran. He's got 5 appearances there, 1 goal and 1 assist for Wydad club. Isaac Mensah was looking to pick up some bit of a target up front. Denchi. Just not under any pressure there, the Americans. Well, Ghanaian clubs have faced Moroccan teams 13 times in the knockout stages. The Africans have been able to eliminate Ghanaian clubs on 6 occasions there. Ghanaian clubs also doing some justice to the Moroccan teams by picking up 7 of those wins. As the Accra Hearts of Aok looking to add on to the tally. Barnier is able to pick up Asaboche. Barnier again in control, looks to fill up some of the ball there for Captain Fatah Mohammed, unable to control well. So a quiet day in the office there for Accra Hearts of Aok. Nete. Ibrahim Salifu there for Hearts of Aok. Good play now, Denchi. Ball taken away from Denchi. And with that team also losing possession, Hearts of Aok would have to find a way to defend their lines. As a happy God moves far, but it's an offside. This one is flagged against man spotting the 7 shirts. Zoe Motraji. And the referee would have none of that held up. Going to have to speak to the player. And that's the man, Zaire Motraji, 25 years of age. 2 goals and 5 appearances there for Wydad club. Well, there's a moment where the fans are expecting the Phobians to really come out. I tell you what, pretty much saw the same story against Kamsar Club, but Hearts of Aok had to leave it late to pick up a win, and ball just allowed to roll over. It's going to be a goal kick there for this man who's really been tested in the game. The goalkeeper for the Wydad club. Salifu was looking to pick up some bit of exciting balls in the box, and unfortunately they wasn't able to do that. Samuel Boedu, who was supervising his second CAF Champions League game, and he's doing that here against Moroccan side with their club. Well, this is the goalkeeper of his line and try to cleverly get the goal there for after four, but that's an ambitious one, a long way out for the centre back. Rarely scores, does he? Hearts of Aok are looking to have some bit of individual brilliance in the setup, the likes of Salif Ibrahim and Mano Nete and Sabotre, Free Barnier, all of them glitting. On the occasion when they do, teams do suffer a lot. Again, Hearts of Aok not able to get their passes through. And now it's going to be Richard out there to save the situation for the Phobians. Meantime, Moalas under pressure, while the centre-back who's just come out unscathed. And here comes Ibrahim Salifu. Sheikh Kamara wins it there for Wydad club as he charges for it, and it's been brought down. Oh, the Ivorian is in a towering pressing at the back there for the Moroccan side. Fatal Mohammed also trying to come in with something exciting. Most times teams come into games having to transition and plan well on the first 45 minutes. If they want to get a goal, they know how to come in here with the ball. And this was to dink over the goalkeeper, Richard Atta. Was a left full back who was trying to find a way to get the ball deep into the half of Accra Hearts for goalkeeper. And that's Ala Idrissi. Well, a lot for back is only provided one assist there for the side in 5 appearances for the Wydad team. Again, teams really are looking for some of shield and support. Goes to ground, and Kofi Koji will not allow him to go. Eventually able to get the ball out. We're only as far as Mensah here. Nearly lost possession, but again Hearts of Aok are looking to move into the box, and he goes to ground, awaiting the referee's call. That is not given, and now here comes Wydad club, cleverly out of the woods, cleverly out of any danger, and cleverly they find themselves in a very good position there. It is Happy God Musfao goes to ground. Liverpool scored 45 goals and conceded 23 in 34 games in the Ghana Premier League, and so coming into the CAF competition, there's a lot of expectation there for the Phobians and their performance. And missing the service of the top scorer, Kojo Bin Jr. on 10 goals for the Phobians last season. He wasn't even part of the team that played against Kamsa as well. But what a goal there from young man Salim Adams against Kamsa. His introduction. 17-year-old Jude coming out to produce some quality display. Meantime, Hearts of Aok with a chance. With a lovely ball in. And you expect to see some bit of a huge work. And Denchi really getting themselves involved in a very good position there for Accra Hearts of Aok with a lovely ball into the 18-yard box. And more other players and with that team back defending, and that's a lovely play there from Sheikh Kamara. It is Jibrin, the captain, losing possession, and here comes Kofi Koji. Using a towering figure to bully his way deep into the half, and it is Sheikh Kamara again. The Ivorian. It is Mutraji looking for some bit of support, and Mutraji wins it again, trying to go around Nete, and good play there from Nete. And here comes Hearts of Aok and Saboche. Picks up Fatah Mohammed. Jibrin gets the ball away. An open game. Sometimes it looks a bit very tight at the back there for the two sides. They're tactically disciplined, if you ask me, Hearts of Aok and Wydad club. Open and close affair in the performance here. And Happy God was a target for this ball. It's Kofi Koji, and able to keep it in control. There's what's a break here, and it's goalless here at the Accra Sports Stadium. We just joined into the action in the CAF Champions League, and this is the game where Hearts of Aok are looking to win and then see the return fixture as a mere formality, because they need to really qualify and be out of the group stages. And it is a Moroccan side. The Wydad club really have had a very interesting time playing Ghanaian clubs in the CAF Champions League and Confederations Cup. It is pretty much of a very tactical game. It is only one change made by the Phobians, and the fans are not in the mood to smile at the moment. They haven't yet seen the ball cross the line or perhaps hit the back of the net. I tell you what, it is Motraji's effort that tested goalkeeper Richard Atta. So far, the goalkeeper for the Moroccan side has yet to be tested, and is looking forward for that opportunity. And so there's a moment where you're looking forward to see what exactly happens to the side. Most of them are working hard, but I tell you, there are top stars watching this game as well. Audu Saka joins us, and former Hearts of Aok talismanic player Charles Taylor has also joined us here in commentary position, and it's really turning out to be something exciting there. And Charles Taylor always in smiles there, and is always looking for somebody who is talking about his side, and he's here together with Audu Saka watching this game. He wants to see the Phobian spirit back then and getting the support for his side. Time now for the players to get access to the technical area and get to speak to their coaches and assistant coaches and find out exactly what plans he does have for them. So this is the goalkeeper. I'll just tell you about his performance, and working out there with Richard Atta, joining the Black Stars camp. Sheikh Kamara, a very hits one into the box there. William Denchi returns it. Barnier Gets it down for Kofi Koji. And it's Kofi Koji here. Picks up Barnier. Goalkeeper is off his line. And again, Kofi Koji. What a save there it is there. Hearts of Aok with clear chance. And this time, goalkeeper does well to palm the ball away. Oh, what a chance once again. Great opportunity for Accra Hearts of Aok. They were looking for a call for a penalty. And what a sound there for Barnier. He started it all. Kofi Koji with that strike. But what a save again from this goalkeeper. Tagnoti. Great save there from Tagnoti. Look at that again from this man. He had almost all the chance, nearly fouled. He just kept going. He's pretty much a beast there. Barnier with a chance. Goalkeeper comes out. He goes to ground. A little bit of a slip there from other teams. And what a slouchy challenge again from Sheikh Kamara, the Ivorian. Now the Hearts of Aok players are calling for a penalty here. But tell you what, they're still looking pretty clumsy there if you ask me. Great chance there from the Phobians. And Barnier trying to demonstrate to the goalkeeper. That's a little touch there, but that was not enough to call for a penalty. Good game there from the Phobians. Good game. Well, a transitional play there from the Phobians. Well, Barnier leading that. Obviously, it's a very dangerous play. Anytime they have possession, they're able to find some bit of a momentum to move in. Ibrahim Salifu losing possession. Mutraji here. Jibrin, the captain. Musva, happy God. Mutraji again. And now clipping the balls and getting Hearts of Aok off the line. And now they give it away. It is Barnier. Turns round. Was a handball decision. Thought it was a deliberate handball. And calling the referee for a card. Helder Cavao from Angola. Yet to issue a card. And that's what the fans are saying currently. Well, some bit of drama in the game, none there. And Sambochi. Denchi. Kofi Koji here. And he gets a corner kick for Accra Hearts of Aok. Well, that's just a goal kick, surprisingly. Well, this is it. Well, for me, a corner kick for Accra Hearts of Aok. Good play now, Isaac Mensah. Oh, good play there again, Hearts of Aok. Kofi Koji! Now the Phobians are opening things up. Now the Phobians are getting themselves in the thick of affairs there, and the Phobians are really giving the fans some entertainment here. Kofi Koji with a turn, Kofi Koji with a strike. And off he goes. And the Phobians have seen an excellent display here. It is Tagnoti. It's really come out pretty thick in there to save the side. Mutraji heads it down. Happy God Musva is bitten. Mutraji wins it back. And looking to get the ball in. Well, referee spotting some bit of a push there. by Hassouni on Fatah Mohammed. Well, the closest Hearts of Aok really have come in the game with that chance from Bani and Kofi Koji. Happy God Musba. There's Moturaji here. Once again, his ball was intended for Happy God Musba, Simon, and Ansamboche. It is Bani. And here comes Ibrahim Salifu. Always looking for some bit of opportunity. Oh, this is great! This is lovely! It is Isaac Mensah with the goal for Accra Hearts of Aok. But what a cross there from Ibrahim Salifu. Well timed, perfectly touched there from Isaac Mensah. It is Accra Hearts of Aok with all the smiles now. Massive goal. Delicious goal. And an intelligent goal there from Isaac Mensah. When it all started with this man, with a sweet cross on the left hand side, and it just needed that lovely touch there. Well, they can always look at them. I always tell you that where you say they are not there, that is where they are. The Phobians would always find a way to get the smiles for the fans, and now the stadium is lit with all the singing and drumming here. Well, lucky it is the score there. And that those who are saying that Happy God should have scored. And just didn't get the right connection. Happy God. Tell you what, I was expecting this to come in there from the side, and the performance has always been great in this game. Most cases, it's expected that you have to see Hearts of Aok coming out with something, and now trying to dictate the pace. They've had some good passes, have controlled the game well. The fans who come in the numbers to enjoy the football the way they want it. It is a very disappointing situation there, and the head coach of Accra Hearts of Aok has been issued a yellow card. And the yellow card here for Hanui. What tempers flying up here in this game. El Hosuni with a yellow card. Meantime, Hearts of Oak want to start the attack again from where they started it up and where he got them a goal. We're doing 2 minutes of added time in this game. Already is the Ghanaian side, Hearts of Oak, who are up by a goal. And they want just to maintain that momentum there and get more goals in the game, Hearts of Oak. Well, I did indicate to you the performance of the Moroccans, especially this team in Ghana. Here comes the weather team again. It's Robert Adosua who clears the ball away. Well, I did tell you, Wydad Athletic Club started their journey to Ghana back in 1987. I have said this before, and they have seen some performances against Ghanaian clubs, and they have not left Ghana with good results. They lost to Kotoko in that game by 2-0, and then back in 2000 played against Ebusodros, lost by 2-0. Back in 2002, lost to Kumasi Asante Kotoko by 2-1. In the Confederations Cup, they lost to Kumasi Asante Kotoko here in Ghana by 2-0. And then back in 2011, they lost to Aegina Stars by 1-0. And now they are down by 1-0 against Accra Hearts of Aok. To sum it all, it's Wydad Athletic Club haven't really been able to get good results in Ghana, and Hearts of Aok cementing things up for them, and they have a goal to show for their efforts. Sheikh Kamara here. Trying to find some space in the defensive half of Accra Hearts of Aok, looking for Happy God, and Happy God is clipped. Fatah Mohammed gets the ball away, ends the first 45 minutes in the favour of Accra Hearts of Aok. In the first 45 minutes, that's seen Hearts of Aok coach yellow carded. First 45 minutes, seeing Asuni also yellow carded. But then a save there from goalkeeper Tagnoti, and Richard Atta also coming in at the point there to save him. But that is the man with a goal to show for Accra Hearts of Oak's effort in the first 45 minutes. It is really an interesting time there for the Phobians to qualify to the group stages. It finished here at Accra Sports Stadium at half-time. Hearts of Aok 1, Wydad Club 0.
Well, the first 45 minutes of the game has ended here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Accra Hearts of Aok go to be good there as we get to see highlights of what transpired in the first 45 minutes of the game. The Phobians appearing to start very, very, very slowly, but appears to have come into their mood after that. What a break, Lord.
I think it's very beautiful. You watch the highlight on the screens now, and it indicates that it's not a done deal. I mean, they will come second half to also try again. But before we get to even what to expect in the second half, I think it's been a bit cagey. It was a bit cagey in the first quarter, let me say 15 minutes or up to 30 minutes. After the water break, I don't know the time they went for the water, but after the water break, the Phobians came alive into the game. And like we were discussing off air, they should try to get to open places, create chances for themselves and get to danger areas for them to get to merit a goal.
Sheikh, let me take your thoughts quickly on what you saw in the first 45 minutes.
Not a bad game. The first 20 minutes was not the House of Aok that I was expecting to see. WAC started the game with a psychological mindset. They knew that
taking the game to the Phobians.
House of Aok playing at home will take the game to them. So they surprised House of Aok by taking the game to us. So their strategy was that under the first 20 minutes, we need to unsettle them by scoring a goal. That is why they were bombarding House of Aok with all the attacks under the first 20 minutes. But after they realized that the goal was not coming, they went and sat back. That is how House of Aok also were able to push men up front and score the goal that they had. But I think that the men deployed for the job are the right men, but they are not playing in the right positions. And Sabotre seemed to be playing deeper as an offensive midfielder, and that is giving Salifu, not too much room to operate. He has closed the gap closer to Salifu, leaving only Nete in the defensive role. So Salifu is like playing the offensive role with Sabotre, and so he is not able to play his best. It's the reason why if you watch the last 20 minutes of the game, Salifu moved to the right side of the midfield, the left side of the midfield, and played like a winger. That is how come he was able to even bring that cross for Isaac Mensah to score. So Salifu has sacrificed the midfield for Sabotre. He's moved to the wings, and Kofi Koji also seemed to be playing too much as a midfielder. It appears he is playing the second striker role. I think that with the energy and his structure and the power that he has, he should be playing the lead attack role, that is the center forward role, the typical number 9, whilst a free plays behind him in that particular role, or as a Mensah plays behind him while free drops to the right side of the attack. And I think that would be good for them. It's good that House of Aok have been able to score a goal. Coming into the second half, WAC will start with the same strategy again, trying to get an equalizer under the early minutes of the game. If they are unable, they will set back and try to protect their back, not to consider.
We'll look at what the two coaches are likely to do going into the second 45 minutes. But let me take some of your messages that are coming through. This one says, "Hi, good afternoon. Okro soup, really. Okro soup from Kaswa. House is playing so well. The coach needs to calm down. I think he's getting too attached. Salifu is a Black Stars player. What a baller. Thank you very much for that message." This one is from Okro soup as well. This one says, "Hi, good afternoon. How many messages do you want to send, Mr. Okro soup?" This one says, Hearts 1, WAC 0. This is from Yogurt in Oda. Okay, you guys have got some very interesting names there. Well, you're supposed to just send a message, don't call the number. So if you call the number, I'll cut you. This one says, "I think Hearts will win by 3 goals, so Atanfo will sleep early today." And a Japan from Pukwa say Mayira. "I think the referee is not doing well at all. I think CAF must investigate with." Okay, I don't know about that. This one says, "I saw 3-1 win for Hearts. I am Danny from Tema." Okay, so we'll see whether it will come to pass. This one says, "House of Aok is the biggest club in Ghana. Hearts 5, WAC 0. Francis Obeng in Kumasi." Thank you very much for the message. This one says, "I am watching you from Axim. Accra Hearts of Aok 2, WAC 0. We'll see if that would come to pass. Okay, so the messages are beginning to come in thick and fast now. This one says Accra Hearts of Aok 4, WAC 0. This is coming from Ransford Akwesi Ajimai. Thank you very much, Rans, for your message. This one says, hi, my name is Nama Ebi Poku Afram. Accra Hearts of Aok 3, Morocco 1. And you say you are texting us from Teacher Mante. Thank you very much. Black Boy from Ada. Accra Hearts of Aok 1, WAC 0. Hearts of Aok all the way. Thank you very much, Black Boy. This one says Accra Hearts of Aok 2, WAC 0. How on earth this wasn't a penalty? Wow. Okay, Nana Akwesi, thank you very much for your message there. Let me just take one or two more. This one says, good afternoon. I don't know why some Ghanaians are praying for Accra Hearts of Aok to lose. Okay, that's coming from Ibrahim Vinicius inside Sowutu. And you say you're proud of the Phobians for their efforts this afternoon. This one is Klegic from Pokwasi Maira. Accra Hearts of Aok 2, WAC 0. This one says this match is more of Ghana versus Morocco than Hearts versus WAC, but I know Hearts will win and win big. This is coming from Sasas Mauko from Adenta. Thank you, Mr. Mauko. This one says Accra Hearts of Aok 2 without 0. Bright Clotte from Anya NIC. You send this one. This one says Accra Hearts of Aok 1 WAC 2. This is coming from Michael Ajano from Kwabenya. Thank you very much. This one says fantastic analysis. Accra Hearts of Aok win by 2 goals. This is from Professor Brain. Okay, you must be very brainy to be calling yourself Professor. I'll be coming back to be taking a few more of your messages, but let me just get back to my pundits again and go a lot deeper into what we did see in the first 45 minutes. Let me come to you. I mean, unless for any reason the players of Accra Hearts of Aok may have, if you like, forgotten themselves, because in the first 20 minutes, Hearts were WAC were clearly the better side, and their build-up was so slow. I'm not too sure what exactly was happening until that change in the after the water break.
Well, I mean, WAC played not like an away team in the first 20 minutes, like Sheikh said. It was very clear that they really wanted to frustrate the Phobians. When you're playing at home and you have your opponents always on you like that, that means they're not here to defend, and that really got the Phobians confused. That was how Kofi Koji ended up joining the midfielders, because he realized that his job was not needed up front at the end of the day. But I think he should not forget that he's the lead man in attack, and he should always be there to pose that danger for them. I think until Isaac Mensah scored a goal, not much of him, but when he scored a goal, then he realized that he's been trying to get into that position all the time, those positions all the time, until Salifu, the man we spoke about a lot, was able to picture him into that space. He wasn't even there, but he managed to get himself there to get the ball in. I think it was a very brilliant touch from Isaac Mensah. For me, I think the job has just started. They must get into the second half as if it's 2 goals, because at the end of the day, 1 goal is not very safe. Just by mistake. Remember, the WAC players nearly scored an early goal. And
even when Hearts scored, they could have equalized.
So I believe that these are fake offside traps they are setting, which is not working. They must look to it. And Richard Atta must be the eye of the team, because he sees everything. If the offside is not good, he should call his players back to set a very good one. But other than that, I think the first half produced 1 goal. For the Hearts for fans, they were expecting more goals. But I think tactically, somebody must also understand that this WAC team is not a pushover. He must as well try to score more goals while also defending very well. Keeping a clean sheet against such a team is very, very crucial.
So, we've seen the first 45 minutes. Everyone in here would want to see Accra Hearts of Aok gets a result. They clearly were the better side in the last 10 minutes. What should be the approach going into the second 45?
The approach must be attacking. I think that Boadu will have to switch his system from the 4-3-3 to play, because he played a 4-2-1-3 system. He must switch to the 4-1-4-1 system. Play Nate alone in the holding role, because WAC is not attacking. So if you put a lot of defensive midfielders in the game, they become useless in quote, because they have no job to do. So you have to play a lot more offensive. Put Salifu on the left, put Efriye on the right, bring on Salim, who will support Kofi Koji in the attack. Kofi Koji will lead the attacking role, and bring on Enoch Subontin, who will also play in an offensive role. And I think that when these two players come and support the players who are already there, I think that Ansabukwe and Imalonete are playing almost the same style of football. So one of them should be sacrificed. If it is me, I will sacrifice Ansabukwe and then I will leave Nete in the game, because Ansa seems to be going forward more than Nete. Nete sits and plays the defensive role. So Nete should stay, Ansa out, bring on Salim, who is more offensive. Then you sacrifice Isaac Mensah and bring on Enoch Subontin. So you can have Kofi Koji leading the attack, Free Ebane playing behind Kofi Koji, Subontin on the right, Salifo on the left, and I think it will add a lot of attack to the House of Folk team. If you look at the team right now, what it means is that from the goal House of Folk scored, what it means is that WAC struggle in defending a cross. So a lot more of the crosses must come. Because
there's got to be someone to get finishing.
Yes, the second time a cross came, as soon as William Genti came, right under the 31st minute, he came in with a cross and they struggled with it. The second cross was from Salifu, it ended in a goal. So House of Folk must take advantage of that. But I think Fatao, who is the captain of House of Folk, must be worked on. He has problem with his confidence, and if you watch under the 6th minute, he gave a faulty pass which nearly he resulted in a WAC goal. Under the 18th minute, he headed a ball to the goalkeeper, which the WAC striker nearly took advantage on and scored. I think in the first 10 minutes of the second half, WAC would like to use Fatao's side, and Fatao must be extra careful. They have to protect that angle and then stretch the WAC team, the WAC defense, by using the flanks, and I think that it will work for us.
Okay. He needs a job as a coach. If you're going to hire him, maybe you will consider getting Sheikh Tofik in your technical team there. Let me take a few more of your messages. This one is coming from Abatis in Labadi Villas. Hearts win, but how they are playing is not nice. Okay, it's not about nice things, it's about getting the results. Francis Adam from Medina says, Accra Hearts of Aok 3, Wydad 0. We'll see if that would come to pass. This one is coming from King George in Kumasi. Hearts of Aok 3, WAC 0. Thank you very much, King George, for your message. Kenneth from Mamprobi says Hearts of Aok 3, Wydad Athletic Club 1. Looks like we've got a feed as the players have made their way back from the tunnel. If we do have commentary, we're going to be crossing over to Benjamin William Graham, who's standing by at the Accra Sports Stadium. Do we have commentary from Accra? Okay, as and when we do, we're going to be crossing over. I might just give Lord the last word before we do cross over as we wait for Ben to join us.
I think I'm expecting probably a goal or two for the Phobians, but not to also say that I'm not expecting a counter from the WAC players. But like Sheikh said, Fatah must be very careful because it's shown incursions that he could be a loose end. And maybe his attacks should be curtailed, should be stopped for now. The first 10 minutes he should do his job as a defender and let's see what happens. But for now, I think the Phillies must also come around, attack and attack and attack.
WAC will be playing the counter-attacking football more this time around. I told you that we'll be playing target football in the first half. They did it to a certain point and they stopped. This time around they'll be playing the counter-attacking football. And what House of Folk must do is that if they put in the offensive players, I see House of Folk scoring 2 more goals in the second half to make it 3.
Okay. We'll see what happens. We're still waiting for Ben to join us from the Accra Sports Stadium. Osuru Emmanuel says Accra Hearts of Aok 3, Wydad 0. Thank you for your message. Good evening, Mr. Ajama and your crew. Louise watching you from Bubuashi. You say Accra Hearts of Aok win by 3 goals to 0. Do we have Graham now? Okay.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the second half. It's been a very entertaining first 45 minutes for Accra Hearts of Aok, who've seen the goal hit the back of the net with an exquisite display there from Ibrahim Salifu, and Isaac Mensah connecting beautifully there for the Phobians to get the first goal. But I tell you what, it is the Wydad club who are still struggling to find a way to come back, and it's still the same story with the fans who are looking to see an entertaining second half as well. Hearts of Aok want to win the game beautifully and find a way to make the second leg just an exercise. But the only change there for the Phobians is Rodeo Voka, who's taken off. Before coming into the game, he was already ruled fit just after a friendly game played on Sunday last week, I should say. The Phobians now with Ibrahim Salifu and Fatah Mohammed trying to control things in midfield as well. Ado Soa here. And here comes Barnia, not able to control well, gets the ball out. Well, it's been pretty much one of the busiest players that I picked up for Accra Hearts of Aok for Barnia. One here by the Wydad club, and here trying to find some bit of space inside the Hearts of Aok defensive line, and Adosua clears his line. Barnia here controls well, sees the goalkeeper again off his line, ambitiously tries a long effort, goes nowhere. Patel as well to win it, and flag up on offside. The likes of Buswar George can fire over Brekum Chelsea, and Mijema is here all face Moroccan positions in the CAF inter-club competition. I tell you what, the likes of Farabat, WAC, and KAC Maracas CD, McNess, Kemset and Bakani, all of them about to come to Ghana. Assistant referee on the far side out there has flagged down. So the referee did no whistle. And they ever thought it was going to be a free kick. And that's the free about here. A bit of boy there for the fans. Well, Ghanaian clubs have met Wydad 10 times, 5 wins for Ghanaian clubs, 3 defeats also for the Ghanaian clubs, and 2 of the matches have ended in a draw. And now Hearts of Aok want to make it 10 wins for Ghanaian clubs against Wydad. And twice they've won against Ghanaian clubs in the knockout stages of the CAF Champions League. It's been 14 wins there for Ghanaian clubs back in 1987 there when they started playing in the CAF sponsored competitions there. Well, 3 of those wins, 3 of those games being a draw and a defeat while scoring 35 goals. So it's always been a good win there for Ghanaian clubs anytime they face Moroccan clubs, especially so when they have to deal with Wydad. Tagnoti was charged in the first 45 minutes with a save there to have fouled Barnier. Going to save Kofi Koji's effort there, and Saboche with the win for midfield play there, and Fatah Mohammed charging forward. The goal scorer is Mensah against Sheikh Kamara. Mensah wins it here. It is Fatah Mohammed with the ball here. And now it's Kofi Koji. Ibrahim Salifu here. Salifu. Oh, it's going to be a corner kick. known as the Pep Guardiola, 34 years of age. Samuel Boadu won the Premier League with Accra Hearts of Aok, and has won the FA Cup as well with the team. He's looking forward to continue with those exploits there, this man. Yes, Hearts of Aok score out to the far post. Ibrahim Alassane breaks it in. Hearts of Aok look to find a way in. Barnier goes in, but Aknouti is able to save it there for Wydad. Oh, the fans are calling for yet another goal. He's not coming in yet anytime soon. Oh, delivered to the far post actually. And Alassane coming in. Fatah Mohammed, exquisitely done. Simon, happy God, Musbah wins it. Wydad looking to have some bit of opening here, and now they try to find a way to hit this ball into the box, and again it's been dealt with there by Fatah Mohammed, and now so starting out to be the Phobians in total control and hitting the balls deep into the position half. Mensah. Salifu. Denchi. Awkward pass there from Denchi. I'm not too sure what the decision was there, or the cross or as a pass into the box. The man who replaced Ovuka. Some time now for some of the players on the bench to have a bite of the game. Two Hearts of Aok players on the pitch saying that they were hit on the chin there by the Americans. And there's going to be a little talking to be done there by referee Helder Gobao from Angola, and this is where he started from, and that's Isaac Mensah went to ground, and that I was saying the captain so did extend his arm there. We're trying to have some bit of a word there with Jibrin, and Samuel Boadu equally would have some words there for his team. I'm expecting to see some bit of a play there, and that's the foul there by Jibrin, cutting for Wydad. Isaac Mensah, the goal scorer there for Accra Hearts of Aok, should be excited there with his performance, this man. Oh, that quality display in a game, Isaac Mensah. "19 games, 4 goals, and this makes it 5 goals there in 20 games. Isaac Mensah for Accra Hearts of Aok. Centre backs really not clipping the passes, and allow the laterals to come in at a point there, and very useless ball there from the centre back, and the second assistant coach there for the side who's supervising the team following the absence of the head coach and his first assistant. Well, Hearts of Aok leading by a goal to nil, and Isaac Mensah committing the foul there, and And it's the Wydad team looking to hit this ball back into the Hearts of Aok half, and you're expecting the likes of Simon Happy God Misfire to also find a way in there, the Tanzanian. There's a corner kick there for Wydad club. They're not giving up after conceding a goal there. They're still pushing and trying to find a way into the game. Well, clipped into the far post. Nobody there to pick it up there for the Wydad team. Well, Hearts of Aok do have in themselves a very good goalkeeper, 26 years, Richard Atta, 23 appearances there for Accra Hearts of Aok, looking for exciting clean sheets. Already have 12 clean sheets last season. Former club Amina Sharks had a clean sheet against Kamsar club. Well, Hearts of Aok won there by 2-0. And the free Barnier. He's got 2 players to deal with. Lovely pass there from Salifu. Goes to ground. Referee says no, that's not a foul. Held at Cavaro. Not falling for the theatrics of the midfielder. I'm expecting a lot of work there to be done by these players. Meantime, Hearts of Aok with some quality display here. It is Sheikh. It goes to ground. Sophie Koji was looking to connect that one. And well defended there by the Moroccans. Koji left for Kuwait, and is back, and Simon Musva. Simon, well, trying to hit this one. Happy God Musva with a chance there for Wydad club. There's a chance there. Koji was really looking for it to collect that one, wasn't he? Salifu again with a ball, overhitting that one out to the far post. Salifu, lovely ball here. Here comes Banya. Couldn't quite pick up Koji. Then they hurry to get the balls into the position half there with that club. And they're always looking for a long ball forward. You always expect to see the rear guards in there. Salifu and Adesowa. The perfect pair there for the side. They've really been able to hold their own there for Accra Hearts of Aok in almost all the games played. And here comes the Moroccans, looking to find a way out. Another ball to the far post. This time he's been well dealt with by Fatah Mohammed. Ball in there. Koji looking to hit this one. Koji! Good strike there from the man, Kofi Koji. He's always at the right place at the right time to hit it for Accra Hearts of Aok. The 26 years old. 6 goals in 40 appearances there for Accra Hearts of Aok. Scored against Kamsar. Now there's another issue here, and it has to be dealt with. Elda Cavaro, an assistant referee, one there. Jason Emiliano dos Santos taking decisions, and of course it is Sanche Lopez on the other side, assistant referee too. And fans do not agree with them anytime they raise the flags on decisions. They feel should go there with a crowd to folk anyway. Meantime, Salif Ibrahim here. Barnier goes in. Lifts it down for Denchi. Left foot. Now comes another left-footed player for eluding him. Musva. Now Hearts of Aok. They have seen plenty of the ball now in the second half, aren't they? And here comes Fatah Mohammed looking to hit this one into the box, but Sheikh Kamara deals with it there for Wydad Club. Sabotre really he's been very quiet in the game, hasn't he? Now trying to find a way to come into the game. Flag stays down and could be an opportunity. Well, it goes to ground. The referee says no, that's not going to be a penalty. Well, he was already calling for it, wasn't he? But this time, Elder Cavao says no, that is not a penalty. Meantime, Hearts of Aok now out to find a way to deal with this one. And another long ball in. It's been well dealt with. This time they go for the long drive, with that team. And Mooj looking for some moments there. Here was trying to shield the ball, and that Kofi Koji contended with that. And again, the rugby play didn't work out. Very looking faces there of the American team. Clumsy tackle there on Isaac Mensah. Oh, that's a very bad tackle there by Atiat Ala Idrisi. Flag up on offside already on Mutrati. Well, that's the moment there. Mutrati thought he's gotten the free space to go for a strike there, and it didn't work out. Barnier again, striking to get the ball on the turf there. And Hearts of Aok will try to make a change, and fans will plot there for their Barnier. And see a lot of ladies watching the game, and the ease of restrictions there and allowing a number to watch the CAF Champions League matches here at the Accra Sports Stadium with the Accra Hearts of Aok, the Ghanaian club, featuring in this competition. It's been pretty much difficult to have the Ghanaian side in there. Really looking at Kofi Koji with a chance now, and it's Sheikh Kamara who comes in to save the situation, and again it is Prime Salifu hitting the ball wide. Real chances, opportunities there. But I tell you what, it is moments where the phobias feel the second goal was on the way. Again, it has to take the beast in Kofi Koji to get the Phobians into this position. Told you his work rate, Kofi Koji. After moving from Qatar with Monitor SC, his effort for Accra Hearts of Aok saw him did score against Kamsa Club. His introduction really changed the complexion of the game. Much the excitement of the fans who feel he's always the man to get them the goals when the need arises there, Kofi Koji. Well, that's a yellow carded here for this foul. And Watranchi goes to ground, and what we say about Sabutri's performance in the game, pretty much of a quiet day in the office for him, but seems to be trying his effort to get the team going. And Sabutri. Kick taken to the far post, and again he only would have to take a very strong ball there to beat Richard Atta. Said this man has been able to keep a very clean sheet there for Accra Hearts of Aok. He's not really been tested that much as one would have expected. Sheikh Kamara again very effective at the back, and then it's going to be Musva who goes in. Hearts of Aok having some bit of difficulty dealing with Musva. Happy God. And double substitution there for Accra Hearts of Aok. It's Butcher who makes way there for Salim Adams, man who scored a goal for Accra Hearts of Aok. It's Bontain. He's also coming in to replace Isaac Mensah. 18 years of age, Salim Adams, new signing there from the DBRC, joined Hearts of Aok, and scored against Kamsa Club. Again, one of the best of passes there for Salim there, trying to go in here. Still going to take some bit of an effort here to get the Moroccans finding some space around the Hearts of Aok area. And the Phobians are able to win back possession, and that's going to take speed from Kofi Koji to find a way into the game. Well, they're calling for a decision there for a corner kick, but the referee says no, that's going to be a goal kick. And too many injury concerns in the game already. And this is where Kofi Koji thought that he was hit in the face. And needed the assistance of the referee there, but the referee says no. Not unable to find a way out. And same old story there for Wydad. They haven't been able to come to Ghana to pick any favorable response or result for them. It's been difficult, and again there's going to be another player going stretch it up. Wydad have a man out, same as the Accra Hearts of Aok, so 10-all for now. Looking like a shoulder injury. Here's Barnier also on the pitch there for Accra Hearts of Aok. Hearts of Aok hope the introduction of Subonting will also change the game plan for the Phobians. Denchi. The more attacking play there for Accra Hearts of Aok with the introduction of Subonting here, and Salim. The Phobians are looking for the second goal at least. That gives them a real assurance there, and believe that they can actually make things happen there. Subonting and finds Neti. Neti would want to strike from this angle, but out it goes. Neti here, 17 appearances, now making it 18. Neti, he's only had the goal for Accra Hearts of Aok, played for Inter Alliance and Unistar Academy. Emmanuel Neti has been controlling the midfield there in the game. There's Denchi crossing the halfway line, and Barney again giving the ball away, and now it's Happy God Musva. Not in a hurry, being clipped down, and again it's going to be a decision there. Hearts of Aok now have to find a way to defend the lines, and it will be a decision there for the Moroccans. It wouldn't be a big surprise there if they leave Ghana with a defeat, and that's been the trademark for the performance in Ghana with our club. But so far, Fatal Mohammed displaying some quality play here. It is Fatal. Pierce to hit the player. And these are the top officials of Accra Hearts of Aok. Dr. Nyao Tamaklo watching the game there. Senior figure with the Phobians. And here comes the tackle there from Fatal Mohammed. Ooh, that hurts there according to Montague. Fatal Mohammed, 27 appearances there for Accra Hearts of Aok, 29 years of age, the captain. And that means that Montague cannot continue. Pretty much of a knee problem. And his game is over. So that means there's going to be another 4 substitution there for the Moroccans. Already as a decision there by the referee. Again, fans complaining. Again, referee held up. We'll have none of that. And the man can't be quiet, understand what's happening and watching this game. Ooh. Joe Mutajiri unable to complete the game, so he's being substituted. This is a change completed there by the Wydad club. Ball sent into the left-hand side, and it's going to be hit in and blocked there by Fatah Mohammed. And that's Mutajiri there, in pain, for being substituted. The referee just whistling for an offside there. The man from Angola taking decisions on the pitch there. I tell you what, it's been a huge disappointment for the Hearts of Aok fans. Here comes Hearts of Aok. Here comes Sesubontain. And the flag gone up for offside against Sesubontain. Young man, 20 years of age, joined from Wafa, made 26 appearances and scored 4 goals for Wafa, Sesubontain, and moving from Wafa to join Hearts of Aok and featuring in the CAF Champions League, his second game for the Phobians in the African competition. His first game came up against the Kamsir club. And now he's having another game today. Not under any pressure there with that club, and Hearts of Aok without a way to see if they can have a second goal. Sesubontain looking to find space, then now finds Salim. He did score some incredible goal against Kamsir club, and here comes Happy God. Musfa sends it to the left hand side, and it's been a game where the Moroccans again will lose possession. Again, keeping Hearts of Aok on the move. Some bit of mobility here. Barnier blocked. Ball give that away, Salim. Too many calls coming in from the referees, and of course the fans have not really been in agreement with the referee. They feel some of the fouls are just 50-50 and obviously should let it go. Executive Committee member of the Ghana Football Association, Ron Diaby, watching as well. As a chance there for the Moroccan club, looking to move in there, and yet again failing to take advantage of the moments that they have. The Hearts of Aok, Fatah Mohammed releasing Salif Ibrahim, and he wants to turn. Well, he does. And now Hearts of Aok playing some quality football there. There's Nete. This is Sesubontain. Lovely play here. The referee says that was a push on Sheikh, but there's good turn there from Sesubontain. Listen, Hearts of Aok really are playing some sumptuous football. The fans are loving it. The fans want to see yet another goal coming. But that's not the story here. And this is the man, Salim here. Young player, just 18 years of age. is already producing a maestro display. Salif Ibrahim trying to charge for it. Well, again, he's seen too many of the balls and ball and tackling his feet there, and then it's going to be an opportunity for the Phobians to find a way back in the game, but it's still been a very much a difficult day for all the players. They've decided to showcase almost everything they have in the game, but that hasn't been the storyline here today. They would want to see a goal. They would want to make sure that they cement the victory pretty well. Not able to control the ball here, Subonting. Meantime, ball returning to the defensive half there. Mohamed Al-Hassan together with Adesua, but again, it is Mohamed Al-Hassan clearly and perfectly mopping things up for the Phobians at the back. Confidence is back for the Accra Hearts of Aok team, and Ebania would have a chance here. Again, gives the ball away, and it is still the story being the same with a goal to show Chesem here. Wydad. Well, the Moroccans will be glad to leave Ghana with just a goal here against them. Probably have a plan for their flag up for an offside. Double substitution there from the Wydad team, and it's obviously going to be a change where they are pulling out Asuni. And so replacing Asuni here is Ayamni. Well, and so it is Ayub Sukma who comes in, and also in here is Badi Oak. Trying to show up their defensive line there for Wydad not to concede another goal. Pretty much content with the display and just conceding a goal against the Accra Hearts of Aok. Look at the star-studded side the Phobians up displayed and the opportunities they've had in the game. They want to ensure that they're able to move with something for their outputting with there by Denchi. It's going to be a foul. And there's Neti. Oh, it's been booked here. And there's a high foot tackle there. Well, again, Salif Ibrahim is out for Ferdinand Boateng. And 25 years, Ferdinand Boateng. former medium SC player. He's got 3 goals and 14 appearances there for Mediama. And here comes Victor Edu. Seven goals for Hearts of Aok in 28 appearances there, replaces Kofi Koji. Not a day for Kofi Koji there, but Victor really is a player who's known to have been scoring some quality penalties there for Accra Hearts of Aok last season. Did score some sumptuous score there for the Phobians, Victor Edu. And I get a chance to play his role in the game, won't he? A young player, Victor Edu, 22 years of age. Tackles coming in, and the fans feel that there's still some bit of work to be done. Well, these are times where the fans feel that the never say die spirit does play a role in Hearts of Aok's performance, and did see them score late on against Kamsar Club. And just after the introduction of Salim and Subonteng in the game, and of course also having the likes of Kofi Koji also coming in. And again, that's not the storyline today. There are times where fans have felt that these are quality time to be part of this great competition on the African continent. St. Ghanaian clubs also play a part there, but in terms of getting the results the way they expected, it hasn't been a story, and Hearts of Aok want to rewrite a script, and Sheikh Kamara here wins it for the Moroccan side, goes off the line with an injury, and it is Wydad club who still want to find a way in, but Hearts of Aok will block their chances. Hearts of Aok would want to find a way to control their affairs, but Wydad so far seen plenty of the ball and yet have little to show for in terms of goal scoring chances. I'm not sure the disappointment of the fans who are watching this game and thinking that there could be some great moment there for the Phobians to add to the tally than what they have. Decision in favour of the Wydad team. During 3 minutes of other time, and it's still the Phobians lead here by a goal to nil against Wydad Club of Morocco. They still are searching for the magical moments at Accra Hearts of Aok. Victor Edu here, and it's still not coming in as they expected. Accra Hearts of Aok. Wydad club not under any pressure, but they are piling the pressure on Hearts of Aok. And the Phobians are also seeing the balls and trying to find some individual brilliance in the game so far. That hasn't come as expected. And to the far side there with Boy Ibrahim clipping the ball back beautifully. Fatah Mohammed now trying to restart the game. It is Neti. Sheikh Kamara. Victor Edu gets the ball out for a throw-in. Slim here. Now they try to find a way to go pretty much physical in the game. Wydad. Slim here. The long ball forward. And it's going to be a goal kick. According to the assistant referee on the far side there. Well, that moment there for the side, and so it is still going to be a battle for that slot and that point of being in the group stages of the competition. So far, it has been the story there for Wydad club. Aok here. In trouble! Well, the flag has gone up for offside already. Flag gone up for offside. Well, I tell you what. The flag had gone up for offside. That was a scary moment there for the Phobians, wasn't it? Absolutely scary. Well, the fans really have their heart in the mouth at the time. Well, thinking the ball had already crossed the line and going to be a goal there. And so that's absolutely disappointing there. If indeed they had hit the back of the net there, perhaps if the goal had stood there. But fans are beginning to show their frustration. They feel the substitution there from coach Samuel Bodu has not held matters there. And again, they move in with a chance. Again, ball goes out. It appears that Wydad club have extra plans. Wydad club not giving up. And they still are coming in with yet another moment of brilliance. Happy God, this time Sheikh here, ball in. Hearts of Aok clearly clearing their lines, and so the story remains that Accra Hearts of Aok have compounded the woes of Wydad club with their visit to Ghana. They have never won any match against a Ghanaian club here in Ghana since 1987, and that story still continues. Hearts of Aok beating them by a goal to nil. Courtesy Isaac Mensah. It is going to be a story to be told when Hearts of Aok do visit Wydad club in Morocco. It finished here at Accra Sports Stadium. Hearts of Aok 1, Wydad Athletic Club 0.
you got to see highlights of what transpired over 90 minutes and time added on of action at the Accra Sports Studio. Accra Hearts of Aok only just surviving a late onslaught there from Wydad Athletic Club, the game ending 1-0. If you've just joined us, we will be seeing the highlights of the game there pretty shortly. But your messages are coming in thick and fast. I'm going to be taking your messages there as we get to see what transpired there. A bit of action, and this was in the first half of the game there. A lone goal separating the two teams. Let me take your thoughts on what we've seen after 90 minutes of action at the Accra Sports Studio.
I was scrappy of the second half. I was expecting more action. The second coach of Accra Hearts of Aok is seated right here in the studio. So obviously it's changing. This all came to pass with the names he mentioned. But I still think that more must be done by the Phobians. Again, at the point in time, I still expected a lot, especially with anticipations. You don't keep a player on for too long when he's not producing what you ask him to produce. The modern day game has changed to the level of hoping for things to happen to making things happen. So this, if those changes somebody made had come earlier, I'm very sure they could have gotten something good or better out of it. But let's not also write them off. 1-0 is not a goalless draw, and obviously they are entering into the second leg with a step ahead. Obviously they are not going to defend. Should they play like this, I'm sure the story will be different, but I'm sure they'll up again. This is the first time they're playing them, and again when you're playing them for the second time, the confidence will be there. But also then I think the first was again a bit better than the second. For Salim coming on and the other players, I think they changed the game, but it was too late for the game to have that good quality or good result we're looking for. But I was expecting the second goal to cushion their lead. It didn't come. The WAC of Morocco players decided to also delay a little bit of time and also to at least use the wings, the flanks. Fatah Mohamed, I don't know how he managed or how the coach managed to allow him to play the entire 90 minutes. He might be the captain, but he saw no good day today. Expecting that he could have been changed for another person to also fill the game. But other than that, I think 3 points is not what they're looking for. This time around is double header. Make sure you're more and then you qualify. Let's hope for better in the second leg.
So let me take your initial thoughts of the 90 minutes of action.
Very good game from WAC of Morocco. They defended very well in the second half. They expected what Hearts of Aok, was supposed to do, considering the changes that the team was to bring on. Solid changes by Samuel Boadu. He brought on Bonti, he brought on Salim, had very good players on the flanks to put a lot of pressure on WAC. But WAC also sat back and defended very well because they expected that, Hearts cannot afford to just win the game by a goal. They want to score more. And so the players they were bringing on were more offensive, and WAC also brought on more defensive players, to be able to add up to their defensemen and then hold Hearts of Aok. So I think WAC did very well in holding Hearts of Aok. Hearts could have scored at least a goal or two in the second half again, but WAC did very well. They created all the chances. One in particular, when Salim outwitted his marker and gave the ball to a free, he was flagged offside. Kofi Koji's ball, the one that he gave that hard strike, which was saved by the goalkeeper, has had a corner kick from there. I think Hearts of Aok, created some chances also in the second half. But honestly speaking, in the first half, Hearts could have scored more than one if Kofi Koji had led the attack as the center forward, with a free playing behind him or as a Mensah playing behind him. With the way he played, I think that he wasted a lot of energy running deep into the midfield, picking the ball and running at the defenders. You lose a lot of energy. That energy could have been exploited when he is leading the attack in a straightforward direction, and with the other players supporting him, Hearts could have scored more. I think it's not bad with a side that has not been in competition, playing against a side that is in competition. They can take some positive from that, and going all the way to Morocco will have to do a lot, because it's 24th. Today's date is 17th. They have barely a week. So next week they are playing against WAC in Morocco, and they they have to do everything possible. It's good for them. They've played, they've won one. Going away, they have to go and play that game as if they are playing the World Cup final.
Yeah, Accra Hearts of Aok clearly have a lot to do. Let me take some of your messages that have been coming in. This one says, this is from Black Boy, who says, congratulations to Hearts of Aok, they really did well. And you go on to say some more Bredu and a shout out to him. Okay, so this one that says, WAC, the game has ended, we were still predicting. The referee was not fair for disallowing WAC score from Osafo Kantanka and Kubasa. Hey, I knew this. Player officiating by the referee by all standards. I think he's an academy referee from Elliot in Takwa. You send this one. The one says good performance from Hearts. The second leg will be better. And we're very hopeful of that. Bright Clotty in Anya MIC. This one is coming from Kisi Bright in Yemen, who says, I thank God Hearts have won, but I know Hearts will qualify to the next stage of the competition. The referee made so many wrong calls against Hearts, they nearly marred the game. Philip Atiye Sugar Didi of Labadi, you send this one. Great performance by the Phobians. Philip, you send this one. This one says the referee has robbed our dear team. Kindly add your name as well. And this one says, okay, I've read this one. This one says, I'm Nene from Kaswa. Hearts of Aok was strong on the ball. That's what made us to win. By the referee, we say, well. Congratulations to Hearts, Christian from Gomwa, France. You send us this message. The one says, phobia all the way. And you say you are Depay from Botswana, Ghana Depay. Okay. This one says, good work done by the boys, and we hope to go in more harder in the second leg. Phobia till I die. From Bra Salty inside Coco Mlimble. Thank you very much. This one says, congratulations to Hearts of Aok, and you say your name is Louis. This one is coming from Daniel Macaulay, and you say you are an old Ningo, and you go on to other bad officiating cost the Phobians a better result. Congratulations to Accra Hearts of Aok, you say you are Ishmael from Fadama. This one says, I'm a Misty from Kofodia. Fatal Mohammed should be called regularly a Black Stars. Look at how he played. Did we watch the same game? I'm not sure we did. Musa from Kaswa, Hearts will still qualify. Never say die. Okay, so we're going to be crossing over to Facebook page. A lot of messages coming in from there as well. Thousands of them. If I don't read your message, don't get upset with me, because there are several of them there. As we try to get in our friends on Facebook as well to be part of the conversation. Okay, let me just, too many things on the page, I guess. Okay, Edna sent us something. Okay. Okay, do I take it one after the other? Do I go to Sports Plus page? Okay, I'll go to the Sports Plus page and see what you have been posting there as well. Don't call. If you call, I'm going to cut the call. Just send me a message and I'll read it. Okay, don't call. You have not been asked to call. Just don't call. Miteko says phobia.
The flowers power will not work together.
Yeah, I know there are going to be a lot of very interesting messages. This one is coming from Leslie Watson Jomo, who says best referee ever. I guess go die. It's in the team. Tabum superstars. What does that mean? Okay, I don't get that. This one says, CAF, please give us a North African referee in the return leg. Oh, sir. Richard Smith of Sebonsu says, clean goal. I'm sure you're referring to the WAC goal. Afai Emma says, congratulations guys, but the coach should watch his substitutions well. Daniel Yepuro Thomas, you say bad officiating against the home team. Congratulations to Accra Hearts of Aok. Hearts, we are the continental champions. This is coming from Jikan Openke Kanawa. I like your name. Soccer is anything. Soccer is soccer. Anything can happen in football. I hope Hearts can still qualify. Simon Okwai sends this one. Really, Kache Echu Rio. You say Accra Hearts of Aok is my best Ghanaian club. I'm a Cameroonian sports journalist. Thank you. This one says, oh, those call lines are this one though. This is coming from Louise Jim, who says, kudos to GTV Sports, watching live from Yeji in the Bono East region. Hearts of Aok is doing a great job. Ghana football has a future. Manuel Bennett from AJ, you sense this one. The teamwork is superb. This squad can take Ghana to Qatar. Isaac Selassie then sense this one. Okay, this is coming from Ofosu Samuel, who says, good afternoon, boss. While the referees are helping, okay, I don't really get what you mean, but you obviously are not happy with the performance of the referee. The referee should be careful. How can a player push a coach and the coach gets a yellow card? Mama AD Amwa, you sent this one. I like the momentum Hearts is playing. Okay, the game has ended, so the momentum would not matter. WAC is having a calf badge on their jersey, but Hearts, I can't see it in their tie and die. Oh, Charlie. And also Kahon. I really love this referee. He's doing marvelously well. That's coming from Bra Ishan Mufti Menk. Okay. I think, okay, let me take one final one, maybe. Thank you so much. The boys are good. God bless. Charles Aloti, you send this one on Facebook. Okay, a lot of your messages are coming through. Obviously, not in a position to read all of them. But for those of you who are congratulating Hearts of Aok, okay. For those of you who are disappointed, Hearts want to. That's okay. Let me come back to you, Sheikh. I mean, yes, Hearts may have gotten the result, but there's got to be a lot better in the second leg.
Certainly. If you want to qualify to the next stage of the competition and get to the money zone, you certainly have to play better. They've gotten a goal in Ghana. What they need to do is that they have to play better than they played today. They have to score there in Morocco and also defend well. I think that the few, loopholes in the team must be corrected before the second leg. Fatau must be worked on. A lot of work needs to go into his play so that his level of confidence and defending comes. Getting to the latter part of the game when WAC was looking for the equalizer, they realized that place looked, hollow, just like I said before the start of the second half, and they kept hammering that area, kept hammering until they got that goal, which was even flagged offside.
Which kind of believe is a goal?
Well, for me, from my position and from what we saw on the TV, it was an offside. I don't have the benefit of being at the stadium to see the position of the player, and unfortunately to get we got a play, but the angle was. What we saw from the angle was an offside position. I've been getting a lot of.
I've been getting a lot of that here as well. But okay, we're going to be crossing over to the post-match presser pretty shortly and get to listen to what our coach Bodu and the other member of the Hearts of Aok contingent have to say together with that of the Moroccan coach. This one is coming from Nathaniel Hackman, who says, I had a dream. This is how it was on the screen. WAC 1, Hearts 3. Okay, well, it didn't happen. Kennedy Yossin says, excellent show, guys. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Thank you, Kennedy. This one is coming from Lukansi Jacob. Phobia, congrats. More goals should flow, but keep the defense tight. Okay, too bad. Okay, the one says, good luck, Phobia. Okay, I hope Hearts is going to win. Phobia, Kweku Ben, you send us one. And of course, a lot of congratulatory messages coming through, which is very much in order. This one is coming from Patrick Nambi, and you say you are in Sunai. Congratulations to Hearts of Aok, more wins ahead. This one says, Phobia, 3 points, well secured. Okay, this is not about points, this is about a home and away tie. So it's all about results now. 1 bottle of Asian money juice. That's an advertisement for Mr. Jacob Ishen there, I know him. Okay, this one says, stop lambasting Ghanaian referees because they are far better than this type of referees brought from CAF. I think this one is from Angola or Mozambique or so. This one says, I'm Kwame Yamwa in Kumasi Sampasi. What's your view on the referee's performance? I asked them. I asked them. And then they will share their views with you. Okay. Phobia will win by 3 goals to 0. Oh, the game has ended the Rapaji. The Mashaman. 2 goals Nakem. 1-0 to 2 Nakem. Hope you scored 2 goals in Casablanca. Good afternoon, sir. Congratulations to Accra Hearts of Aok. Better luck next time. Okay, we wish you well. Congratulations to the Oak boys. Hearts will surely qualify to the next stage of the competition. This is coming from Dominic in Kumasi. Okay, thank you, Dom, from Kumasi. This one says, still phobia. We will still beat them again on their home grounds. A Jadan from Kaswa Obara. Okay. Send a message. You are calling. Okay. Why didn't you call the other? I don't know. You want me to pick your call? I'll pick your call. Okay, he started himself. I'll have picked your call and so that you speak to the whole Ghana. I'm sure that's what you want. I'm saying text and he's still calling. So
when you finally pick, he hung up.
Okay, this one says talk about the referee. You don't add your name. Okay, you say you're Sir Boateng. Okay, I say thank you very much for the message. You say okay, I'll pick this one. Hello? Hello? Why? After all your guy, send a text, you say you want to call. You've called, I'm picking the call to you speak.
I think a lot of them are on the referee, which means what we're saying, we also saw that. I think the referee held up Martin Rodriguez from Angola, like you said, rightly said. I think the 3 referees are from Angola. I think he did not only had a bad day for...
what's up, call? Since you want to call, you speak. Hello? Hello? Why can't you call me? No, make your point.
I think they had a bad day, not necessarily trying to cheat the Phobians. A lot will say like that, but I am feeling that maybe he had just a bad day to the extent that
Hello? Hello? Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, go ahead and make your points. Since you want to talk, go ahead. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Okay, I don't see the speaker function on this room. Okay, you're not supposed to call anyway. I was just trying to do you a favor, but well, it doesn't have a speaker function. Forgive me, sorry. No, go ahead.
So like I was saying, I'm not sure the referee was intentionally trying to rob House of Aok. No, probably. I would say from this angle that he had a very bad day, and my worry was my worry has to do with he was close to a lot of the actions. He's really athletic to the extent that he was almost close to every action. I don't know how even the incident that led to the Moroccan player being substituted, I think in the second half when Fatau kicked him, was really unfriendly. I mean, a few of the Phobians should have come with a card. Like I said, he had a bad day, but also the Phobians could have also picked up a lot of the chances they missed, and they could have probably be happy with 3 goals of even now.
And I'm sure that's going to be one thing that will be a bit of a concern for a lot of Phobian fanatics, knowing whether North Africans can do on home turf. Do we have the pictures from the press conference? Do we have it now? Okay, looks like we have it now. So as and when the coaches of the 2 teams are ready to speak, we'll take their thoughts.
I think it's a good scoreline for WAC. I mean, coming all the way to Ghana to play, to lose by just a goal margin. It's a project for them now. So I'm sure obviously their plan will be we get to Morocco. What we got to do is that we get to prepare ourselves to probably score 2 goals, and we're done. And playing home, if Hearts has something to do. They must go in that game as also losers, not winners. Play the game as if they've lost here to also get to score a goal, and that would make the order very tall for the Moroccans, because once you score a goal there, they have to score 3 goals, and that makes it very difficult for them. But if you go there and defend one goal project, it will be very difficult for the Phobia. So
Mr. Body should know this.
Yes, so let's go in as open game. It's goalless. That's how they should put it. And you cannot win a game which is goalless. You need to go in there and score a goal. That mentality alone, trying to score a goal, should they get the goal, makes the order very tall for the Moroccans to come out.
I hope that nobody, the man of the Fit Stadium takes 67,000 people. Do you have, okay, the press conference is coming through now. If we can hear clearly from the match press center, then we can take the press conference.
Quel est votre vue sur le jeu dans son entier?
D'aujourd'hui, le match d'aujourd'hui.
Le match d'aujourd'hui, votre.
On est venu ici pour faire le maximum pour gagner le match.
We came here to do the maximum and to get the 3 points.
Mais ce n'est pas un problème. Il y a le deuxième mi-temps à Casa. On va faire le maximum pour qualifier.
This is not a problem to us. There's a second leg at Casablanca. We will do our best to make sure that we qualify.
Je félicite mes joueurs.
I want to congratulate my players.
Ils ont fait un grand match, mais le dimanche prochain, on va faire un grand match plus que ça.
I want to congratulate my players because they had a very great game. And next Sunday, I know that they will have a bigger game than this.
Ok.
Est-ce que vous avez manqué l'absence de votre entraîneur? Est-ce que vous avez manqué l'absence de votre entraîneur?
C'est vrai, l'absence de l'entraîneur, c'est une grande chose. C'est une grande chose qui a fait la différence aujourd'hui.
It's true that the absence of the coach is one of the big things the big lack that made a difference today.
Okay.
La question. Ils vont poser la question.
I have a question for
Ask him because you want to go. Yes.
Okay. Coach, I'm very, very sorry for the casualties in your camp for the virus. There has been a recurring problem in those countries where we have clubs from Sub-Saharan Africa travel there, and there are a lot of problems. Either being food poisoning, either being all that machination just about the team qualifying. I want an assurance from you that since you have been given a good hospitality here in Ghana by your whole team, you will return the same place. And I want to take your word for it.
Donc, d'habitude, on voit sur les réseaux sociaux ceux qui se passent avec les matchs au Maroc, et surtout avec les équipes qui viennent de l'Ouest. Il y a souvent, l'autre fois qu'on a vu avec la Guinée, où les Guinéens ont été empoisonnés par la nourriture. Je voudrais prendre votre parole ce soir, avec vu l'hospitalité qui vous a été donnée par l'équipe d'Accra Hearts of Aok. Est-ce que vous allez répliquer ça, l'hospitalité, tout ce qu'ils vous ont donné ici au Maroc? Je veux prendre votre parole pour ça. Je dis, il a dit, vu ce qui se passe au Maroc, souvent quand l'équipe de les équipes de l'Afrique de l'Ouest viennent chez vous là-bas, il y a des machinations pour que l'équipe qui vient là-bas perde. Souvent on a des exemples comme l'autre fois de la Guinée-Bissau qui était là-bas, il y avait leur musique qui a été empoisonnée. Et tout ça fait partie des machinations pour que l'équipe adverse qui vient surtout de l'Afrique de l'Ouest ne gagne pas. Et vu l'hospitalité qui vous a été donnée ici par l'équipe d'Accra Hearts of Aok, est-ce que je vais prendre votre parole? Est-ce que vous allez ce qui vous a été donné, l'hospitalité qui vous a été donné, est-ce que vous avez responsabilité ça, puisque c'est une affaire de réciprocité?
C'est le football. On va jouer là-bas au football. Qui gagne? Ça y a pas d'autre chose.
We are going there to play football, and whether we win or lose, we are going to play football over there. It's all about football. Please, let's keep the questions short, please. Yeah, I want to ask him that what is his impression about the opponent that he played today? He played the former champion of this competition, he played the current Ghanaian League champion, his impression about the opponent that he faced today at the Accra Sports League, especially when he's not the coach, he has to be a step guard coach. What did he learn from coming up against someone? Donc votre impression sur le match d'aujourd'hui qui a été joué ce soir, vu que vous n'êtes pas l'entraîneur principal de l'équipe, vous avez l'équipe de WAC est une grande équipe qui a joué avec de grosses équipes, qui a joué avec les équipes qui ont gagné la Champions League, tout ça. Quelle est votre impression de l'équipe que vous avez joué aujourd'hui? Est-ce que vous avez appris quelque chose de l'équipe de Accra Hearts of Aok?
L'équipe, l'adversaire, c'est une grande équipe qui joue bien. Elle a des éléments qui jouent bien, qui fait la différence. Mais on va faire des vidéos pour ce match-là, pour voir qu'est-ce qu'on va faire le match prochain là-bas à Casa.
The opponent is a great opponent. Accra Hearts of Aok has individual brilliance. They have players that can make difference at any time. But at the end of the day, we are going back to Casablanca and get the video of the match today and study the game so well and try to find the loopholes that they have so that we can also make a difference over there at home.
Okay.
Coach, you lost by 1-0, but many believe that not conceding many goals gives you a bigger advantage going to the second leg. Your thoughts on that?
Vous avez perdu aujourd'hui avec un seul but. La majorité des gens pensent que le match perdre avec un seul but c'est un avantage puisque vous allez gagner là-bas avec plusieurs buts. Quelle est votre vue, quelle est votre observation sur cette opinion-là?
J'aime bien perdre de 1 que perdre 1-0 ici.
I would have loved to lose 2-1 than to lose 1-0.
1-0 c'est un score piège.
1-0 is not a good score for us.
On va faire, Inch'Allah, un grand match là-bas pour marquer minimum 3 buts pour se qualifier là au groupe.
So we'll make sure we do our best in Casablanca to at least score 3 goals to make sure that we qualify to the next stage.
Coach, I stand to be corrected, but for records, WAC of Morocco have never won a game on the Ghanaian soil before. And I want to know if you are so perturbed by that. Today you couldn't, break that jinx. Are you so disappointed? And is there a time that people should, accept, or people should accept that WAC of Morocco cannot fix or stand the might of Ghanaian clubs?
Le club Wydad du Maroc n'a jamais gagné un match ici sur le sol ghanéen, selon l'histoire. Et aujourd'hui aussi, vous l'avez encore perdu. Est-ce que vous pensez que, est-ce que vous acceptez que finalement, est-ce que le WAC ne peut jamais gagner un match ici au Ghana?
Non, je pense pas. On n'a jamais gagné. Il y a des matchs prochains, Inch'Allah, avec des équipes gagnées. On va faire le maximum pour gagner, pour stopper cette histoire-là.
I don't believe in this history. My God's grace that the future matches with other teams in Ghana, and we will do everything possible to make sure we stop this history.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay, we're going to be taking the thoughts of Coach Samuel Boadu very shortly as well. That was the head coach of Raja Casablanca for the day, speaking to an interpreter there, making some few points on the focus.
Omar there is the first assistant coach of WAC.
Because there were COVID issues with their team.
But the good thing is that they feel they're not here, so obviously has nothing to do. So those who are saying they retaliate, there's nothing to retaliate. So please obey them. They feel there.
Okay, so it looks like we've got the pictures coming through from the press conference center. So let's get to hear from Coach Samuel Boadu.
The reactions of Coach Samuel Boyd and then your questions come for you. Coach, your views on the game?
Yeah, thank you. It was a very good game, tactically, because playing with the WAC, most of the people think that Hearts of Aok cannot even score a goal here, and they were thinking that you have good players as you compare to the Hearts of Aok, but that's not the football. I think it will indicate on the field of play that shows that Hearts of Aok too have a very good player that they can stand with the WAC of Morocco. Though they came in strategically to come and have points here, but it's quite unfortunate. Hearts of Aok didn't score more goals, but we are okay with the one goal that we score.
The first 5 minutes of the game and the last 3 minutes of the game, from my point of view, the boys lost concentration, and that I'm not for that. And going forward, what measures are we going to put in place so that going to Morocco, the first 10 minutes, which we know that Moroccans, the first 15 minutes, if you don't keep your composure in the net, you can put the ball at the back of the net. So what are you going to do? And what is going to be the future?
Yeah, what you are saying, but I don't know where the boys lost concentration during the 5 minutes. I don't understand. Maybe your eye is different from what I saw.
So, Coach, you said that you couldn't score more goals. Being a coach, sitting back and watching your players, what do you think was lacking with your team that made you fail to score and lose goals in this game?
Yeah, practically what I'm saying is we need composure. When we reach the opponent goal area, we need to calm down and raise the head up and score. But we'll be working on it as a coach. This match has brought us a lot. So going back, we have to work extra on our goal scoring and how to compose when we reach a certain area of the field.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
You won the game for us. Going into the second leg will be very difficult. How are you feeling as head coach for us to play against the North African side? You are very tough. When it comes to anti football, they play everything. And going there, what are you expecting?
Yeah, there I think it's going to be a game management. So we're going to manage the game very well as well. If you have good officiating like this, I think Hearts of Aok can score goals over there.
Okay, Coach. You lost a good player in the person of Randy Obuka. How significant was his loss to the team? And going into the second leg, what is the update with regards to his injury situation?
He costs us a lot because any change causes a lot of things. So it makes our system and strategy fail. But once we have a replacement, we work on him to take that position. But I know that Obuka cannot come to this match, and even not Obuka alone. We were playing with a lot of injuries. Salifu and Kalipa Mankwa cannot play. Nete, a lot. But we manage. We try to push them. So I think from now we're going to work on them so that they will all be fit, so that when we go to the Morocco, we can do well.
Coach, please, your general impression of the Russian.
I said, yeah, I think everybody saw it, but I keep saying when you have such good officiating at the Morocco, Hearts of Aok will do well.
Coach, you look at the statistics of the Moroccans, and they are even yet to score a goal against any Ghanaian team they played in Ghana. Did that play into your decision to start an attacking team? And I want to find out the reason why you started Kofi Koji in this game. After he came on in the Kamsar game, he played the last 20 minutes of it. The reason why you started him in this particular game, is it because of the physique of the Moroccans? The reason why you also went on attacking with your lineup?
Yeah, with the Koji, from Kamsar games, he started pushing himself very well, and the final matches that we played, he showed that he's ready to play. That's the reason why you saw him today.
And there were lineup because we realized that there was a free hit, there was Isaac Mensah, Daniel Banya, and then Coach Banya is one guy. That is a free hit. Banya, Isaac Mensah, and then Coach. That was an attack-minded. Because in the Kamsa game, we didn't go all that attacking. Is it that we wanted to at least score a lot of goals in this particular game?
Yeah, that's the system that we played. So they fall under the system. So every time you keep practicing and showing the player, the individual, what they can do in the tactical approach. That's the reason why I saw Koji. Koji was really doing well during the training section and everything.
Yeah, Coach, super coach. Congratulations for being. Thank you. Coach, we all know you not to be the quiet man on the touchline. Having received yellow card, even at your own back. Do you feel discouraged going away from Ghana to also disagree with every decision, considering what happened in Accra?
Yeah, going out there, I think I've learned something from this yellow card, so then I'll be quiet over there. I don't know. I can't describe.
Coach, if you succeed, the Moroccans found you out when you decided to play that high defensive line. Almost every single attack you made in the first half were dangerous against your team. Would you say that going out there, you will not comprehend playing that high defensive line?
They cannot match us, because one thing I realized about them, that they play high balls, right? They play high balls, and we worked on it during our training before we played this match, and we are going to work extra hard on it so that we can contain them.
Coach, what do you make of the fans coming back to support Hearts of Aok? What do you make of the fans coming back today to support your team?
It's very good because we all need them for their supporting and encouragement. Though didn't, but that's not the we won. So we can also go out there and win and qualify from there.
Okay, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's the difference in the game realized in the game from the time Kofi Koji was playing and after you substituted him to play the
no coach will bring a bad player to come and change a good player, right? It depends, because we all know that Isaac, what do you call it? Victor Edu is good and got a defend.
Congratulations, Anthony, coach.
Thank you.
We could see that the first 10 minutes of the game, getting to the 15 minutes, our players were giving the opponents so much respect. You understand that they even hit the post. So what kind of psyche are we going to give them when you return? Because the first 30 minutes of the away game will really decide what will happen. So I'm asking, do you have any psyche that you...
Yeah, I think that they play themselves, they have done a lot. So now that they know them very well. So I don't think this thing will happen again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to have played two games, he's done well for himself. Are you convinced it's time for you to start with the game first, especially when away and how you can go very well? Is it now time for you to join into your team?
I can't say yes or no, because what we need for this game or the away game is a defensive midfield. We lack, because we don't have. Salim Adams is not a defensive midfielder. I manage him to bring him there, but his tacklings and everything shows that he don't have that strength to do that. So that's the reason why I started to bring him in gradually so that he can
level it up.
Coach, what's your message for the fans going into the second game?
Yeah, what I'll say that they shouldn't give up because that's our motto. Yeah, we are going out and we make sure that we are going to qualify over there.
So we heard from our coach Sam Buedu there on a few questions that were posting after the game. The focus now will shift to the game which is coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, 24th.
Just a few days to prepare for that one, Lord.
7 days to prepare, and I think there's not much to prepare than to mental toughness to understand that you're going to face a very different opposition in what we saw today. In my interest, people to understand that yes, they've played with the team already, but once they're going to their backyard, everything, like I said earlier, with or without the supporters, no amount of support amounts to anything when the tactics is wrong. Hearts had 2,000 supporters as per what is written on paper. It got them a goal. So let's hope that without supporters, it will not get them any goal. But I think what's done, the coach also spoke very well. Comparing what somebody said to what Oman Nader also said, it's very clear. Oman Nader wanted a 2-1 scoreline rather than a 1-0 scoreline, which for me I think makes a lot of sense. When you have 2-1, you scored on a away goal, unless you've mastered how to score goals. And it's very important when you go there and score 1 goal. And it works like that. But for one goal to concede 1 goal, it shows that you have to at all costs open up, score and win the game probably by 2-0. Now they must not only score against Accra Hearts of Aok, but they must make sure Accra Hearts of Aok never get the chance to even score. That's a very good position for Accra Hearts of Aok as they enter into the second leg of the game. But like I said, the game is played in 2 legs. You've won the first leg by a very slim margin. No 2 ways about it, but complacency should be set in. Somebody should also understand that he made a few mistakes, not as in not good, but a few mistakes in the person of in the position of delaying the changes he made, which was really good. If he had brought them earlier on in the game, I'm sure he could have gotten something better. But Charlie, let's be serious here. I mean, he's tried his best. This is the first time playing against WAC, and again, in that crucial moment when a goal is needed, Isaac Mensah stepped up. And did justice. Sheikh said something earlier during the halftime analysis, and I think somebody should take that into consideration. You have a striker, Kofi Koji, keep him up there. Let him be fed by these players instead of him coming back to feed who. That's the point. At the point in time, I saw Kofi Koji raising his head from the front, feeding who up front. So let him be there and feed him. And let's see, he's got a strength, he's got an energy, he's got a body size. He might not be mobile like expected of other strikers, but again, he's got something positive that he can be laid on, he can be relied on when called to duty. Keep him up front and shake the defense. Give them some danger to deal with. And at the end of the day, once Kofi Koji is on them, he might attract 2 or 3 players, which probably limits the players of coming to attack the phobias. I think it will be a good game.
So let me take your thoughts. Let me check out of here.
Kwame, how's going into the second leg must go with your own referee? Yes,
that's not going to happen.
This is a North African side, and I was in Morocco early this year in February with the national under-17 side, and I realized that the mentality of Moroccan clubs is actually something that they are nurtured with. You don't see them in their clubs alone, but even in their national teams. At the under-17 level, a friendly match, the kind of aggression and bad officiating that they were giving to the Ghana team, you'll be surprised. So Hearts should go there first with their own referee. Secondly, food, water. That Hearts of Aok will go and eat and drink there. They should. Yes, they should liaise up with the Ghana embassy there and make sure that all those things are brought from the Ghana embassy and not what they will be giving at their hotels or something. It's serious. They have to take a very critical look at that. If they want to qualify to the next stage, they have to look at this. And then again, that COVID mechanizations, they can't swerve it. How should prepare their minds that it is likely Mohamed Al-Hassan, Kofi Koji and the goalkeeper. At least 3 of these players may be taken out by COVID. So they should prepare their minds for all these things. So when they go and it happens, it does not affect them because already they have prepared for it and they can face the challenge. Because whether they like it or not, some of these things will happen. And so they have to go with their own referee. They have to make sure that in terms of food, they liaise with the Ghana embassy there. I have connections over there. I can link them up to the Ghana embassy for them to go and get very good food, Ghana-made food for them to eat. And then they also have to ensure that these COVID things that they are done. When we went there, it was a friendly match, but we were tested every day. Every day we were tested. Every day. So they have to make sure that these COVID things, at least 2 or 3 of their key players will be gunned down by COVID.
Okay. Well, that's a lecture on African electronics for you. If you are interested, if you are a Hearts fan and you are interested, you can pass them on to your management, and then we'll see what happens. So let me say a big thank you to Lord. Let me say a big thank you to Sheikh. A big thank you to our technical team here and our producers in here. I have a long list of birthday wishes. This one is coming from Abdul Rahim Hafiz, who is wishing his wife Shannon Fidaus Huddleston in the USA a happy birthday, and happy birthday to my niece Almat Accra. You're 15 today. Happy birthday to you. And my brother Jaini Akwete, you are okay. It's your birthday. You're ready to go enjoy it. Anyone who's celebrating his birthday, Nanajo Akatia, you're in Kofudia, you're celebrating your birthday today. A lot of you celebrating your birthday today. I can't go through all that. Just have fun wherever you are this afternoon. Enjoy. Bye-bye.